30 racks of PBR. That's for you.
Amen, brother. All of Florida do better.
But also, most Americans listen to trash music.
That's biological warfare, brother. Like,
they're just being a bunch of bitches.
Fill me, Satan. Fill me.
Yeah, they're like, what the
What's going on? Is he pulling out his dick?
Yeah, it does. I was just fucking with you.
And then we'll talk about it here, live, on the Riff Report. I'm not here to make friends, man. I'm here to talk music and give out shitty opinions, so there we are.
What the fuck were we even talking about?
Welcome to the Riff Report, the loudest corner on the internet. I'm Tyler.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're here to talk to you about all things punk, metal, alternative, anything loud, anything heavy. Today, we've got a special episode for you folks. We're giving you the normal scene and industry news that we love to talk about. But afterwards, we're going to go ahead and jump right into a lot of our favorite albums, most of the releases that would be, appropriate for the format that we're doing, the genres that we talk about, and picking some of our favorites. Hopefully we can each pick one. And after that, we'll be speculating on the future. Let's see what's coming up in 2026. Very excited for this one, and I hope you are too, listeners. But let's shoot the shit for a second before we blow our throats out. You know what I'm saying? Talking.
Whoa.
Yeah, making it weird already. But yeah, no, dude, it was the Christmas season last week, and actually before we shoot the shit, let me just apologize for not having an episode last week.
Oh yeah, we got to cover that.
We didn't even talk about that. All right, let's just get this out of the way. Your resident producer Tyler, me, fucked up the audio of the last episode, just to say the least about that, and we weren't able to release an episode last week. So here's a heartfelt apology from me to you, Ryan, specifically, and to the viewers. We're good now. I got it all figured out. So
yeah, well, it's all right. We'll give you a mulligan. Unfortunately, we did have a
hot mulligan.
Wonderful. That was a hot mulligan for you.
Thanks.
But yeah, we had a nice holiday program put together for you. But it looks like
it was really good.
Looks like you guys are gonna have to wait until next Christmas in order to see what we did.
Yes.
But
besides that,
Tyler,
yeah,
how was your holiday, dude?
It was pretty good. It's kind of chill. We ended up staying at home. The old wifey got sick, so we didn't want to go transmit that out to others, so we stayed at home. But that meant that I was unfortunately, thank you. I was unfortunately not able to pick up the record from my brother or give him his jersey, but I'll be trying to see him next week. Otherwise, work was pretty all right, despite the holiday season. We did a Secret Santa, and wish I had it on me. Forgot to bring the bag. But I procured a Slipknot CD. I believe it's a self-titled album. It's the one with Surfacing and all those, the Dead Crow Sniffing album.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And what else did I get? Blizzard of Oz. Both of those on CD. And that was that Randy Rhoads era?
Yes.
All right, nice. All right, sick. Couple t-shirts, some snacks, you know what I mean? Couple video games. It's pretty good. I did also fuck on my sleep schedule, so I'm sleeping until 2:00 in the afternoon. It fucking I'll wake up pretty early, but then I'm like, oh, let me take a nap. Let me just take and sleep for another hour, and then it's 4 hours later. It's crazy.
Yeah, right. Well, you can't stay up too late, man.
Yeah, right. I'm gotta start opening again sometimes. How was your Christmas?
It was pretty good. I mean, it was relatively chill compared to previous years.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of crammed most of the stuff in on the 24th and 25th. 25th was pretty chill. I didn't have to leave my house. We hosted dinner.
Hell yeah.
So I did have to cook, but I got to watch football while I was doing it. So
Right.
what can you complain about, you
Beautiful.
know?
Nothing.
And then I had family Christmas last night as well, which I got to watch
Okay.
football at. So hard times, you know.
Where'd where'd you go for that?
I had to go to Chesterton, Indiana
Gotcha.
for
Okay.
Christmas
You're
last
yeah,
night.
right.
So
Uh, you got a pretty sick gift from the
I
letter
did. Oh man,
family white
I
elephant,
sh-
didn't you?
I did. I should have grabbed that to bring on here
See
as
what I'm
well.
saying? Right. Did all this planning, but
But
not enough.
yeah, I almost hung it already because I was so excited about it.
I believe
But
it. Yeah.
we got um it's called
Okay.
jackracks.com. My brother got this. It's like a amplifier head like face
Right.
with a magnet on the front of it where you can interchange the mesh that's on it, the steel mesh. The mesh that I got was an Ozzy Osbourne one, and then I also
Okay.
got a plug that has Ozzy on it. So I'm super happy. I've seen these things online and always wanted them. And now I got one. I was super happy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Um, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
just looked at the website and there's a lot of cool ones. They got Ice Nine Kills, Slayer,
yep,
Megadeth,
Lamb of God.
yeah, from Omens.
Um, yep.
Yeah, I'm not
I
seeing the one that you got, but I'd see another Ozzy.
Yeah, I think it might be under faceplates. I don't think you can buy the set with just that.
Gotcha.
I'm not
Okay.
super sure. But either way, we played White Elephant for it. So I didn't know that I was getting that, but my brother, as I was making my pick, as I was hovering my hands over boxes and bags, he was kind of like,
Yeah.
no.
No.
And then I'm like moving it, and he's like, no. And then
All
I
right.
move it, and he's like, yeah,
Okay. All
get that
right.
one.
Hell yeah. Well, that's
So
nice.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm sure well, I don't know. I had a middle pick, so I probably wouldn't have gotten to steal it. So I'm happy that I got it right off the
Right.
bat. And then
Yeah.
no one dared steal
Steal
that
that
from
from
me.
you.
They
Exactly.
yeah, they knew better than that.
That'd have been
So
yeah, the worst Christmas ever, dude. Come on.
yeah, because I would have beat somebody up.
Right. Yeah. Fair.
But yeah, I'm super happy that the holidays are
Sounds like it was
over.
a good one. Nice. I love that for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's get into it. We got quite a bit of a show to get through today, so let's get
We
started. We got some artist
do.
news. Um, I I I thought about skipping artist news in general, but there was some pretty good stuff that I couldn't
Oh yeah.
pass up. So, first things first, we had a little bit of drama on StubHub this past week, which I was laughing about pretty heavily when I first saw the headline for it.
Uh-huh.
StubHub had to come out and apologize for confusion after accidentally using the band Lamb of God's band photo to promote
Yeah.
the Behind the Lamb of God show, which is apparently a Christian music performance centered around the birth of Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Uh-huh.
Um, this was being held at Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium in South Carolina. And apparently, StubHub is currently offering refunds for those who bought tickets thinking it was the band.
I love that how that's
Uh,
like a reversal. Like usually you would think that like we're actually going to talk about these guys later, but I hear back in the day when Tony Danza came out and started doing
yeah.
shows, like old people would buy tickets to that thinking it's Tony Danza tap dancing, maybe
Hmm.
singing, doing crazy stuff. But now
Yeah.
metalheads are going to, what I mean, Christian musicals and
Yeah.
shows and whatever, and getting pissed off. They're like, "It's not enough
what the
fucking
what the
violence
hell?
and bass. What the hell? Exactly right. This is too nice." Like,
My
yeah, I'd be
guess, my
pissed
guess
too,
is
but
I would be super pissed, but my
yeah,
guess would be like you pull up to that place. and look around, you could probably figure out that you're at the wrong thing real quick.
Have you ever been to a venue name that had auditorium in its name for a metal show? You
Yeah,
have? Okay, I gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Um,
cool.
yeah, I can't think of exactly what, but yes,
I can't say
I
I
have been to
have, so
auditoriums.
I can't say that, but maybe that would have been like an auditorium. Like, what? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it
But
is weird, but I
sorry,
mean,
y'all.
yeah. It kind of reminds me of do you remember back it was in 2014 when shit came up about some church using Lamb of God's actual band logo on their Easter programs
I
tickets.
think so. I feel like I heard
It
about that. Yeah.
it was in Virginia, but it was hilarious because the tickets had all the information for this fucking Easter play, and
Right.
right there it was fucking clearly the band's logo, and
Just Lamb of
it's
God.
so hilarious.
That's awesome.
It's like, what do they do? What are the fucking marketing departments at these churches doing? They're just pulling images off the internet, using whatever they want,
Exactly. For the Lord,
not doing
dude.
any
Come on.
research.
Fine.
Yeah, right.
It's a charity. It's a tax write off. Yeah.
Yeah. um,
It's so
Either
funny.
way, yeah, I guess you're gonna do some more research before buying tickets nowadays,
Exactly.
especially around the holidays. But in other news, a website called Anna's Archive, which claims they are the largest truly open library in human history, has come out and claimed that they have scraped Spotify's entire music catalog, which includes over 300 terabytes of
Jesus.
content.
All right.
They are saying that they intend to distribute all of this information via torrents. Um, I went on their website and it looks like they primarily deal with like books and like research papers.
Yeah.
But maybe they're just trying to get into the business of holding archives of all this stuff, which I'm
Yeah.
here for. I don't know
I'm
if
so
anybody else
about
is,
it,
but
dude. Like I've
I'm s- I
it the only shitty part about it is like I don't think artists are gonna get they don't get paid out royalties at all for
Mhm.
taking this music and then listening. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's just my first thought about it, and that kind of sucks. But the preservation aspect, I do super respect. I mean, as a
Yeah.
self-proclaimed gamer, uh, it's not necessarily getting harder and harder to come by game files online, but
Yeah.
at least being a Nintendo fan, like they do have gone through and done a bunch of DMCA requests to take down certain games, like their more popular games
Right.
from circulation. And luckily, I was able to get a lot of them already, the ones I needed.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it just I don't know. It's a weird thing, but it's a cool thing. That's kind of how I feel about it. You know what I mean?
I mean, I definitely feel like there needs to be some sort of time capsule for this stuff because,
Yeah.
like, I can only think about like all of the like music projects that I was a part of or video
Hmm.
projects that I was a part of that like I wish that I would have figured out how to hang on to up until
Right.
now because it would be
Yeah.
nice to be able to like review those later. So in the
Uh huh.
grand scheme of things, I mean, books are important, movies are important, video
Right.
games, albums, everything's important. It's all art
Yeah. Exactly.
that we should try and figure out how to maintain. So
Well,
um
on the
whether or not
yeah.
whether or not
Uh
they give them out in torrents, I don't know if that's a good idea. Um without, you know, without giving the royalties to the actual artists. But I do think it is cool to be able to like there's like some of those like game archives where you can just play the game in the browser without having to like own the
right.
file
Yeah.
illegally. So there's something to be said about that. I don't know what to do about it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
It's an
know.
interesting thing that they done. Now, maybe their next move is movies, like you mentioned, because I feel like songs haven't really been hit with it, but like a lot of TV shows and movies that we've enjoyed for the past 15, 20 odd years because
Right.
of the copyrights and who owns what at what time, or if they need a tax write off, they can just take it off of their streaming service and be like, well, we got rid of this. We took out X amount of, money from our
Right.
own whatever, so we can just, write that off or whatever. I feel like those definitely need to be preserved a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? We need somebody doing that too. So,
There should
uh,
be
just,
there should you should have access to everything that's been done up until now. Like if Disney owns a movie and they don't want to put it on their platform, that's fine, but it
mhm,
should at least be available to purchase somewhere online,
yeah,
to view online somewhere. I don't know.
exactly.
That's just the way that I think about it. I don't know.
Hopefully, it can go to the artist or the development studio and not
Right.
just the suits. You know what I mean? The people who made it should get paid. That's what we need. We need an
Yeah, at the end
overhaul.
of the day, for real.
Right. So,
But
yeah.
yeah, apparently the website stated that this they said in quotes, this Spotify scrape is our humble attempt to start such a preservation archive for the music, which is kind of what we've been saying. Um, a representative from Spotify has confirmed that they have located and disabled the accounts involved in the scraping. And they say that they have implemented new safeguards to prevent instances like this from happening in the future. So,
How greedy of you, Spotify? How big
yeah.
brother of you? How
Yeah,
evil?
they're always watching.
Jesus. Exactly. It's disgusting. In other news, we did just get a teaser from somebody I just met. We were just talking about Tony Danza
Yep.
Tap Dance Extravaganza. They
Hell yeah.
put something out on their Instagram, teasing some stuff for their new upcoming album,
Looks like
in the
5.
next year. Yeah, right. Danza 5, dude.
Yep. So
So
yeah,
I'm
that's
super fucking
exciting.
excited. Exactly.
The
So
soundbite that's in the teasers sounds pretty good.
yeah,
It doesn't really give you a whole lot, but it leaves you with something. So I'm excited. It's
yeah, can't really.
official.
Yeah. Uh, I'm not really. I don't hate it or dislike it. I would just like to listen to more. I'm interested. You know,
Yeah.
I've
Well,
been
they're
waiting for
drawing
this
you
for
in,
literally
Tyler.
ever. They are. I'm the key demographic, and you got me.
Yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
um, now as a little polarizing point, we're gonna go ahead and go to the other side of the spectrum. We had an unfortunate passing this week. The guitarist and keyboardist of The Cure, Perry Bamonte,
Yeah,
has
sure.
passed away. Yeah, thanks. At 65, he passed away due to a short illness at home over Christmas. So that sucks. Can't say I've ever been a huge The Cure fan, but I do
Yeah.
understand their importance in the music zeitgeist, and
Yep.
always hate to see a life snuffed away. But I know he did what he
True.
loved. I know he said the things and played the things he wanted to play, elicit the emotions that he wanted to elicit, and I'm sure he was good. I don't know. I can't speak for him though. So, yeah,
Yeah, 65 is too young, but
right,
yeah, I tried looking around to see if there was any like details about what this short illness was, or
right.
if there were complications that caused this, but it doesn't. There's not really a whole lot of information out yet about it. Um, but that sucks. That's a shitty way to go.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Um, so yeah, not everybody can have a Merry Christmas,
fortunately not.
but rest in peace for
Maybe
him.
lose. Exactly.
I also like am not a giant Cure fan, but they definitely have influenced a lot of music that I'm into, and
Right,
we wouldn't be where we're at right now if it wasn't for their contributions to
right.
emo art. So
So from the Riff Report to y'all, thanks. And
Yep.
rest in power, brother.
Yep. Um, we got some. It feels like I feel like we've said that we wouldn't talk about this guy, but it just seems like more and more stuff keeps popping up about him.
Are you kidding
But
me, dude? He's on the up and coming.
he
Like,
is apparently he's on the up and coming. That's his thoughts on things if you're a psychopath. And the psychopath that we're talking about is Tim Lambesis from As I Lay Dying. His most recently this week, his former wife, Danny Sierra, was on a 4-hour episode of the Brutally Speaking podcast, in which she goes through and details a series of allegations, which I did read through. I didn't watch the full 4-hour episode because I don't have time for that. But
I had
I
0
did
time. I
read.
watched none of it.
Perfect. I
Yeah.
didn't watch any of it. I just read some of the bits and pieces from it. Uh,
Mhm.
it sounds like, her and Tim kind of met online. Their relationship moved pretty quickly. They ended up
Mhm.
getting married within 2 weeks of meeting each other in Vegas.
Jesus. Whoa.
Um, in
Red
which
flag alert, dude.
apparently, yeah,
Ugh.
apparently within 6 months of them being together and married, uh, he cheated on her with somebody. She found out. Apparently, their relationship was kind of strained ever since then, and
Right.
his psychotic behavior just furthered amongst her disdain with him and his infidelities. But yeah, it sounds like he was abusive to both her and her animals. Um, He's pretty big liar. Sounds like he's been manipulating the perception from his friends and family amongst all of the troubles that they've had. Um, but yeah, Tim responded via social media with a quote: "Old stories resurface only when my life and my career move forward again," which
What an asshole.
I laughed out loud super hard seeing
Uh-huh.
what kind of an asshole comment that was.
Right.
Um, because your career is not moving forward again. You're touring in Russia, the only place that will give you money. So
Right.
you had to rebuild your whole fucking band recently.
Yeah.
You're not
For the
you're not
literally
on the up
millionth
and coming.
time. Exactly.
Yeah, for real.
I'm not gonna say this was my favorite thing, but I read through a couple of articles of it too, and I saw a point. Like I said, I didn't listen to it, but I looked up a little bit, and she's talking about how they have several roommates at the house, and I guess it's just a bunch of dudes he was in prison with that maybe also got out. Like
Oh, nice.
that just seems pretty sketchy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know, like, I respect, somebody getting out of incarceration and probably wanting to do better. You know what I mean? They're trying to
yeah,
help each other. They struggled together, whatever. But like,
yeah,
I don't know, like coming into that situation, I don't think I'd want to go there. Honestly, I couldn't live there. Like that just sounds
yeah.
insane. And then at the same time, one of the explanations from her was that there was some moment where he was like choking her, and she started. Well, I mean, she was being choked, but when she had the ability to, she was like screaming for help, and there were people in the house, and they wouldn't do anything because prison rules. We're not going to snitch. We're not doing anything. Fucking blah blah
Right.
blah, and it sounds horrible what she had to go through. If it is the truth, I'm not trying to say one way or the other, but I'm more inclined to
Yeah.
believe her than I am him.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's a fucking the writings on the walls.
exactly. Right.
If you're willing to
So,
pay to have your original wife murdered,
uh-huh. Right.
uh, it's not I'm not surprised,
Exactly. Yeah. So,
but
yeah, that's very, very unfortunate. But it's cool that she had the opportunity to put her side out without, a constant clapback or the short form kind of social media thing. She was able to expand and actually talk and give everyone an avenue to hear the side instead of just see like that social media war thing that was going on. So that's great. I
Right.
feel, yeah. Speak out, say
Yeah.
something. Right.
Right. Well, yeah, she was confident enough to clap back on her
Uh-huh.
own personal social media account um response to Tim's comment. But she said basically in a very, I mean, it was a very long post from her, but she kind of just explained herself and that the situation has nothing to do with the time frame or anything to do with Tim's band or his touring schedule or any of that stuff. She's entitled to her story no matter what the time is. Somebody decided to give her an avenue to speak and she used that avenue,
Uh-huh.
so it
Right.
is what it is. But
Exactly.
yeah, I'm not surprised at all. Tim's a piece of shit. Nobody should listen to his music or
Fuck
give
that
him any
guy.
money.
Exactly.
Yeah. He's been writing the same fucking albums over and over and over for the past
Mm.
fucking 20 years anyway. So who fucking
Yeah,
cares?
exactly.
But anyways, moving on. We got some funner news, more
More
fun
fun.
news, however you
Thank
want to,
you.
yeah, however you want to call it. I think
I
it's
appreciate
I
that.
think it's I think it's funner than what we were just talking about. Uh
It's more fun. It's
but
more fun.
anyways, Josh Scoggins of the 68 and the Chariot has announced via social media that he has written a children's book,
Oh,
which is titled "There Once
that's
Was a Girl
interesting.
Who Lived for One Day."
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, he says in the post, he posted on his own personal social media a video of a collection of drawings that he was working on before this book was put together. It does very well state that the pictures are not drawings from this specific book. But he calls this a soft launch with limited numbers available for purchase. You can get them via Velvet Press. There's a link in the post that he um, put up, but he says that this first batch might very well have some misspelled words or punctuation errors or whatever. And that he says that this would be a perfect coffee table edition for you and is out there for people who are into limited stuff and or like pointing out misspelled words and punctuation, which
I
is
might get
pretty
it just
funny.
for that. I love doing that. If
Yeah,
you
I
guys
did
didn't.
click on the link. It looks like it's only going for 15 bucks.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
not bad.
Wish I could see
It
like a
doesn't
teaser
really,
page or something.
I know, I was really hoping for a little more than just the cover, but
Right.
yeah, who knows. His some of his sketches that he was showing in this video are pretty cool art style,
Oh,
little darker. Almost kind of like a Tim Burton kind of almost style with
uh-huh.
like a little bit it's got like a scratchy like hand sketched style almost similar to like 68's artwork right now.
Okay.
um so yeah, who knows, I probably won't buy it, but I'll look out for the official release for it,
Yeah, right.
see what's up.
Same. Very interesting.
Yeah.
You're absolutely breaking my heart with this one. I did not see this news, Ryan, and I'm not mad at you for giving this to me, but you broke my heart tonight, all right? Uh in other news, Veil of Maya vocalist Lucas Magyar, I hope I'm pronouncing that right,
That was the
reveals he
best
is no
attempt that I
longer
could have given.
appreciate that. He is no longer a part of the band. What? This
Wah,
comes
wah.
after, yeah, the goddamn announcement of hiatus last year. It was literally 2 weeks before I was supposed to see them at Louder Than Life. I pretty much bought the tickets so I could go see Veil of Maya. Like, that was the band I was the most excited for. And they're like, we're figuring out the future of the band. Sorry, guys. We're canceling everything now. Oh, man. Had me fucking heartbroken.
That's rough.
And
That is rough.
yeah, yeah, later last year, Mark, the guitarist, had joined Falling in Reverse. Unfortunately, why? Why are you supporting this man? Um, as a touring guy. So that's cool that he's got that limited. Like,
Yeah.
hopefully he's not the recording guy too.
He's
But that
not.
sucks.
I did see that he's not
He's
officially in Falling in
explicitly
Reverse.
clear. Okay.
Yeah. And also, apparently at the beginning of this year,
Uh-huh.
Mark came out and said that whatever comes out next from Veil of Maya is going to be heavy.
Okay. I mean, I'm about
So
that. Hopefully they
he
get a good vocalist, I guess. I feel like Lucas just quit because they're like, we don't know what we're gonna do, and maybe nobody's talking. Maybe everyone's just chilling and have given up on Veil of Maya for the moment. I don't know. Is
I don't
Mark a
know.
founder?
Apparently, I'm not sure, but
Yeah. Well. Uh huh.
I do know that apparently Lucas was seen in a comment about the matter. Somebody asked some
Uh.
questions about it, about the new album or whatever, and Lucas uh replied back and said, "I don't know what the plans are, but whatever it is, it's not going to include me."
Right. Because he's got another band that he's focusing on. It looks like, which cool. Maybe I'll check them out. I do like his vocals, but yeah, Mark is a founding member. They were in a band. It was Mark, Sam, and Chris. Sam's still in the band. They started the project, and then they had another guitarist and the vocalist. At one point in time, they had 6 members, 3 guitarists, and then
Yeah,
yeah, throughout their history, whatever. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
yeah,
I'm looking forward to anything new. Like, I love those guys, both iterations with Adam and Lucas. I will say a
yeah,
lot of stuff that Lucas did was some of my favorite stuff, but we'll see what the future holds. So,
yeah. I didn't really follow along with them. ID was the album that I was into, and I listened to some of their demos
fair.
before that. Um,
Right.
and it was good stuff, but I kind of feel like that style of vocal almost is like kind of easy to replace. So,
Yeah.
un- unfortunately, I mean, it sucks if you're a fan of Lucas, this is going to suck, but I feel like
Right.
this doesn't necessarily mean that the band is over, you know?
Right. Exactly. I'm just being a big
So,
baby and like, oh my god, they probably are gonna break up. I can't see him anymore. That's all I'm doing. I'm just being a big baby. That's
ah,
all.
that's all right. You are allowed to do that.
Thanks, man.
You've got your emotions, man. But
It's it's my whole identity.
yeah.
But yeah, there we go. We've got our news down. Buckle in, folks. You're in for a ride.
Yeah, we got
Uh,
a doozy of a list.
let's go ahead and talk about these albums, brother. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, dude. This
Um,
segment is
yeah,
called the 2025 Riff Report Album of the Year. So, what we're about to do right now, we're going to take turns kind of talking about stuff, but we're just going to go on a rant for a long time. We're going to cover all the releases, all the relevant releases to us of 2025.
right.
We're going to talk about them a little bit. We're going to discuss some of our favorites of 2025. And then at the end, hopefully, we can come to a conclusion. I've never been good about picking my personal number one favorite of something,
Yeah, me
um,
too.
but we're going to try. So,
Right. We're gonna do our
for
best.
starters, um, by the way, these are in no particular order whatsoever. This was a ton of releases. Uh Tyler and I had to smash our heads together to comprise this whole entire list. So sorry,
Yeah.
but it's not put together by chronological order. Um but for starters, we got I Don't Want to See You in Heaven by the Callous Dow Boys.
Love those guys.
Uh dude, this was a killer album. Uh
Right.
one of my top contenders of the year. I put a lot of listen into this album for a good section of the summer.
Hell yeah.
What'd you think? What do you think, Tyler? I know that you went and saw these guys. You had to have been
I
excited about
did
this
actually
album.
earlier this year. Do you remember when the album came out? Was it before or after February?
I want to say it was probably right around that time, but I want to say somewhere in like March or April, maybe.
Okay.
Could have been in
Because it was
February.
after February.
Okay.
That's when I had seen them. It was on that first leg of the Chiodos tour with Hawthorne and Amir.
Yeah.
Um, and I did enjoy them. That was the first time I'd heard like I guess of them. I'd seen them on other bills at other shows that I hadn't been to. Couple festivals when those lineups were released. You know, they've been around for a little while, obviously, and was
Yeah.
like, that's a crazy name, and just never
It
got around to
is.
listen
It's
to them. And
funny.
then I got to see them live, and they're fucking sick, dude. So I didn't give
They
this
got some
album.
great stage energy.
Oh, for sure, I absolutely love that. I wish I would have gotten into them afterwards, but I guess just they haven't stayed on my radar. The best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't give this album too much of a listen, but I love those guys, so I'll definitely be spending some free time getting back into them
Yeah.
a little
It
bit.
These guys are a little jarring when you first listen to them. It definitely took me um some repeated uh
Hmm.
listens and a lot of trust, but I eventually came
Right.
around. And these guys are like, dude, they're putting some incredible shit out, like some very experimental, genre mashing stuff that I find very captivating. But uh,
Right.
especially like the song Lemon, the song Two Headed
Hmm.
Trout, super fucking catchy. Tears on
Hell
Lambo
yeah.
Leather. This whole album's got a bunch of bangers on it, so I'd go
Nice.
check that out for sure.
Hell yeah.
Next up, we had the release from Deaf Heaven. The album is Lonely People with Power. Um,
Hell yeah.
this one, I'm a big Deaf Heaven fan. I'd seen them back in the day, all the way out in Albany, New York. I was a fan of them when Sunbather came out and they got really big. Their album after that, New Bermuda, was really good. And then they kind of changed up their style. They fell off for me a little bit. But
Yeah.
as the singles were being released on this album, I was definitely into some of them. I recently gave this album another listen, um, and it deserves more of my attention.
Hmm.
But it's not quite on the level of the Deaf Heaven that I originally became a fan of.
Right. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I guess Def Heaven hasn't really been a band that I've super gotten into. I don't even remember because we definitely talked about some of their singles coming out, right? Do you remember
yeah.
what those were?
Magnolia was on my track of the week playlist, I guess you would
Right.
say,
Okay.
when
Yep.
on our Spotify account for a while.
Right.
I don't remember what other songs came out, but I do remember that one coming out, and it's still
Okay.
one of my favorites on the album.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, if you look around online, some of the very critical websites for judging albums really like this album, but they
Hell yeah.
also tend to really favor Deaf Heaven no matter what they do. So could be biased, but who
Could
knows?
be. Yeah. Maybe it's just that good.
Um, yeah, I mean, maybe. I think it's all debatable. So, and that's what we're doing here.
Right. Exactly. Debate.
Um, Next up, we had a very anticipated album drop from the Deftones in Private Music. This album had some good singles leading up to it. We gave it some pretty good coverage. Uh, at the end of the day, when it came out, it kind of left a little bit to be desired from me.
Okay.
It's not a bad album whatsoever. Obviously the singles, Milk of Madonna, My Mind is a Mountain, they're solid tracks. Um,
Right.
but it just doesn't hit like Koi no Yokin, Diamond Eyes,
Uh-huh.
Saturday Night
Yeah.
Wrist. Just not hitting like those albums do to me personally. I know that
Right.
this is a front runner for album of the year for many other metal outlets, but I'm just here to change it up a little bit.
Exactly.
I wasn't the biggest fan. It was a solid album though.
Yeah. They just got a little
What'd you
older, a
think?
little more not tired, but they've evolved. You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
changed it up a little bit. Uh,
right.
and if anyone, is gonna go ahead and state that that's gonna be the album of the year, I think it's just because Deftones has been around for so long, and when you first started listening to them, you kind of just based your identity around that. You're a Deftones kind of person. So
Right.
I'd never really gotten to Deftones. I know their hits, like all the radio friendly, whatever that they had. Their
Yeah.
big rotators, but I just never really got into it. So this one kind of flew right underneath my radar and
Yeah.
stayed there, and will probably stay there. Like I don't know. I don't hate them.
Yeah. You know,
I don't love them.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fair. Diamond Eyes to this day is one of my favorite albums in
Right.
this genre. Um, so I appreciate them, but this just not my favorite album by them. Still a solid one
Right.
though. Next up, we had Keep It Quiet by Greyhaven, which was a band that I think both of us learned about this year.
Yes.
Um, these guys are really good. I'm excited to see what they do in the future. I assume, have a long career ahead of them, but this album really impressed me. Um, Shatter and Burst was a really good, I believe, single that came out. Burn a Miracle was a solid single. Um, and just the whole album in general. Cemetery Sun, I believe, came out early. That one was a good track. This
Yep.
whole album was just like it's an album that I can't really exactly pick out my favorite, but it's necessary to listen to it from start to finish the way that they intended. It's a great
Right.
album.
Yeah. I was a big fan of it for
Yeah. I mean,
sure.
their releases before this were really good. They've got some good
Oh.
songs from their previous albums, but this one was awesome.
Oh yeah. I agree
Um,
with that.
and then lastly, that I got for you before I take a little break, Ski, is this is going to be the funnest part of the episode is me listening to me
Oh,
try and pronounce how this album is pronounced. Um, because I'm not sure where these guys are from. These guys are like Swedish or where are they from? Sweet. Yep, they're Swedish. So I should be able to say this because my ancestors probably could, but I didn't grow up that way. So the album is by Viljaharda. I can pronounce that. Um, so that's enough information for you guys. Anyways, no. The album is called Dar Skogen Skunder under Zventing Grainer. I actually don't know. That's not anywhere
nice.
close.
All
But
right. You
yeah,
did your
it's
best,
a
and I'm so
lot
proud
of
of you.
yeah. It sounded more like a fucking I'm like Danish or some shit. Either way, this album, man, I really contemplated having this album be one of my front runners of the year because
Really?
although they're not my first choice to like listen to,
Hmm.
when you go through and you listen to this album, it is proggy, death metal-y
Uh huh.
masterpiece. It's a wonderful mix of like progressive metal, polyrhythmic gent,
Hmm.
and I don't know, it's just really good. The whole thing is a masterpiece. And of course, just like name of the album. I can't pronounce any of the fucking songs. So I can't tell you which one's my favorite. Just go
Yeah,
through the whole album and listen to
check
it
it
because it's
out.
amazing.
Yeah. These guys were never. I feel like I keep saying this. They were never big in my. I don't know. Maybe I'm just super picky about my music, but I wish I had gotten into them sooner. I'd
Okay.
given this album a couple listens, um, throughout whatever time, and yeah, I'm kind of a big fan. This is this is something I want to put on my record player, and kind of fuck with the sound a little bit just to kind of maximize my
Yeah.
listening ability. Like this is a
Yeah.
powerful album, and that's just the best way I can describe it. It just I'm not saying it makes
Yeah,
you feel
dude.
things, but it's
This
definitely a good
definitely
one. So
deserves this definitely deserves a 180-gram release on
you know what I
vinyl
mean?
with
Exactly. Get all
some
audio
power
file
behind
with
it.
it, just fucking
Yeah.
some subwoofers, some just
This,
all kinds of different
it
shit.
de-
Like
it
actually going
deserves the
through
best.
surround sound. Right.
Yeah.
So,
The only
yeah.
problem the only problem with it is it's just I've gotten older and this
Mhm.
progressive metal style is not exactly what I like go to every day. Um
That's I'm not gonna say weird, but I feel like the older you get, like the more you would want to get into more instrumental focus. Like I don't know that, or maybe that's just me. Like the older I get, the more I enjoy some more proggy, some instrumental, some like technical stuff. I can't play it all, but I can appreciate someone who can play. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
And what they put out and whatever these guys are doing is fucking awesome. Like, you don't need to waste my time. I don't need a storyline. You don't need a theme. You just
Yeah.
fucking
Just hit me with some
wail on that
quality
guitar,
shit.
dude. Just
Yeah.
exactly. Just scientifically make this great, and they do.
No, it's not that
So,
I don't appreciate this kind of music in my olden age.
right.
It's that and I did go through a technical death metal slash prog phase when I
Right.
was really big into Between the Buried and Me and other bands
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Um, but I just mean, I don't know. I don't need as much heaviness to enjoy music these days, which you'll find as a repeating factor when we talk about at the end my top albums of the year.
Right. Hell yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and take over from you if you don't mind. First up on my list, we've got Lonely God by Fit for a King. Oh my god, do I love this album. I'll just go ahead and preamble. This is definitely in my list for contenders. It's heavy, it's in your face, it's light, it makes you feel. These guys make great music. They're also cool because of some of them play Magic the Gathering. And I love that.
All
Me and
right.
Kirby both play Boros for all you Magic nerds out there. So, for the Legion, dude. But otherwise, the song list on here, um, there was Hurricane. That one was yeah, it was Hurricane. Um, Shelter is the song I'm thinking of. Monolith,
No.
I know was one of your favorites with Alpha Wolf. I
Yep.
loved how the album started. Like, I don't know if it sounds lame or whatever, but Begin the Sacrifice, like, I always try and be at least a little careful about like, oh, the first song, like, yeah, I love it. No. This one I absolutely love. It kind of lulls you in a little bit, it makes you feel safe, and then it just fucking punches you. The title track, Lonely God, was really dope. This is usually an album I will just put on for any situation, whether I'm gaming, whether I'm in the shower, fucking doing work or something. Like I'll just pop this on. It's so good. Um yeah, and it had a couple
Yeah.
of great features from other artists. Like I said, Alpha Wolf, Chris
Yeah.
Emotionless in the final track. I know
Yep.
that another one of your favorites. And
That was.
Technium had the plot in you. So yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna
Uh
say, these guys are not in my normal rotation. I have never been
they should be,
um
honestly.
a big fan of this, but this album did pique my interest, and you are correct. It does start off really nicely, some of my favorite tracks, as you've already said, Monolith,
Uh-huh.
Technium, and Witness the End, were
Uh-huh.
all the songs with features on them. Witness the End, I have listened to that track so many fucking times since this come out.
Yeah.
And you know, as much as I'm not a big fan of Motionless in White, I love Chris Motionless. I don't know. He just
Motionless in White
he
was my first show. Yeah. It was my first like metal show. It was Escape the Fate, Motionless, Alisana, and somebody else. Drive A. I feel like they were
all
local or
right.
something.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of them after that, so I don't think they made it. But yeah, so I have a small love. This was around Creatures, so I'll go back and listen to Creatures for sure.
Yeah.
The one of the other albums had the song Burnt at Both Ends. I really enjoyed that one. I feel like it was the album
Okay.
afterwards. And yeah, otherwise I haven't really followed them too much, but it was nice
No.
to see to be able to get back into kind of like his vocal style and everything with a band that I do thoroughly enjoy. So, maybe I give him another
Yeah.
shot. You know what I mean? We'll see. Next up, I've got Bright as Blasphemy by Chevelle. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't care. I don't listen to
He
Chevelle.
doesn't care. I
I
do.
don't care. But
I've been a fan of Chevelle since I don't know, probably middle school or something. I'm not sure. When did
uh-huh.
2002 with Wonder What's Next, and then there was some good stuff on the albums following that.
Uh-huh.
Um but yeah, this one kind of like I didn't really follow Chevelle much after like 2009. Um but then kind of got back into them. So they came out with Neuradius in 2021, which was their first
Okay.
album in like 5 years. So I
Gotcha.
listened to that. That one didn't really impress me too much, but as they were teasing this album, some of their singles
Uh-huh.
that they were teasing caught my ear. Rabbit Hole, Jim Jones, those ones were pretty good. The album starts off pretty good with Pale Horse.
Mhm.
Overall, I mean, you have to be into this lighter style of proggy, hard rock, but it is quality stuff.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, I don't know. I guess in my mind, like, what was it? Send the Pain Below was one of their bigger
Yeah.
songs that I know of. And it
Uh-huh.
always just kind of tracked me as the cigarette alt chick, like freshman cigarette alt chick kind of band. And I'm like, I'm not into that. Like, it's all right.
It's all right.
And I guess I've just kept that my whole life. And Chevelle, I'm sorry. I'm sure you guys take your careers very seriously, but just as a common layman, I feel like your music was for freshmen alt girls with pink hair that smoke cigarettes. Um, that's in my mind. That's just my opinion.
um,
I'm sorry.
yeah, that's
I'm so
fair.
sorry.
After this though,
Uh-huh.
I have some tracks by them that will change your mind.
All right. All right. Hell yeah.
So
Sick. This one I feel conflicted about. Like I enjoy Between the Buried and Me. I got into some of their earlier stuff, had fallen off, and then this album comes out. I own this album. I still haven't pulled it out of the plastic yet. My brother had given it to me. His record player wasn't working, and yeah, it's the Blue Nowhere. By the way, everybody, I'm starting to get off track, but yeah, Blue Nowhere. I was given to by my brother, and yeah, so I haven't listened to it yet, and that makes me. I've listened to it. I've listened to some songs by it, but I haven't spun it. I'll say that.
yeah. All
Seems
right.
pretty good. I don't know if you gave it a lot. I know when it first came out, or when we were kind of talking about it at first, like I don't think either of us had really given it a listen. I don't know if it's for the
Yeah, I
same
mean,
reasons or whatever, but
no, I mean, I did listen to a little bit of it I kind of just like scrubbed through the thing, which sounds pretty
Right.
bad because I used to be this literally used to be my favorite band of all time.
Yeah.
I have numerous records of theirs on vinyl. Um,
Uh-huh.
I was a big fan um with their album Alaska. And I
Okay.
love their earlier stuff before that, but Alaska's what caught my attention. And then they ended up coming out with Colors in 2007, and that
I say I
shit
reckon I know that album.
that shit blew my mind. And to this day, I still would put that. It's hard, like I said, it's hard for me to pick my favorite of something that I love so much, which is music. But
Right.
Colors, the
Exactly.
album, would land easily in my top 50 favorite albums of all time.
Nice. Hell yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I just kind of fell off around before their release of Automata 1.
Oh,
I just didn't really care anymore. I was into other music. And then they came out with Colors 2 in 2021, reprisal of my favorite album. So of course I had to listen to it. And it was a really
yeah.
good release. I don't have anything to complain about, but I don't find myself going back to it at all. And then when this came out, just not very interested, to be honest with you, even though these guys are really talented. And if you appreciate musicianship, you should listen to this album. It's just not
Yeah.
the time frame for me.
Exactly. Hell yeah. We've got the album Wrong Side of Heaven by End It.
Yeah.
Um, it's pretty good. Thrashy for sure. A little hardcore. You know what I mean? A
Oh,
little bit
this is hardcore.
faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can't.
Yeah. These
I don't know.
guys.
Maybe. Yeah.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say the more I list these albums, the more and like hear from you these albums, the more I realize I live under a fucking rock. Like if we weren't talking about this every week, I would never discover these albums. It's crazy just how and even then, like on the flip side of it, how specific I am, I guess, about my music choices. There's quite a few that I followed this year, but I don't know, like I've just got such a narrow vein of
Yeah.
music. But I did get to catch a few of these tracks as they had come out. I just didn't sit down and listen to the whole album, but I was a big fan of this. You may have remembered. I don't think I have it with me. I'm newly minted as a thrash guy this year because of the Municipal Waste Show, and I got
Yeah.
the Cali Curl hat, dude. So
Yep.
I'm into it.
Hell yeah,
It's
dude.
pretty cool.
No, these guys, which by the way, I'm proud of you for realizing that your tunnel of music is very narrow.
Yeah,
I
it's very limited.
I don't know if it's my attention span or what, but I do have a very complex taste in art in general, I would say.
Right.
But music is my forte. I'm not a big movie
Yeah.
guy. I do like painting and drawings, but I can't do them.
Uh huh.
I can, however, sort of music. So I lean towards music. I have a wide variety of things that I like. So I just
Uh
find
huh.
out about a lot of shit because I just dabble. But
Right.
yeah, these guys were relatively new for me. I think I learned about
Uh huh.
them a couple years ago.
Okay.
Um, and they're one of my favorite new hardcore bands. They're
Okay.
from Baltimore, so they got that East Coast vibe. They like
Right.
you can tell when you're listening to music, you're like, these guys are from the fucking East Coast. Um,
Exactly.
they're black fronted, and I support that heavily. Hardcore has always been a genre that um is very I don't know, one noted. Um,
Right.
and it's nice to have some diversity and some
Right.
inclusion in the genre.
Exactly. Right. Did you have any favorite tracks? I was a pretty big fan of Life Sublime. You got a nice range of, you know what I mean, thrash, some chanting, some classic,
Yeah,
thrash, hardcore stuff, all packaged in one little song. You know what I mean?
right.
That's pretty cool.
Um, I liked the whole thing as totally as a whole, but
Right.
The last track, Empire's Demise, was a fan of my.
Okay.
I was a big fan of. It's got
Right.
like a cool groove to it.
Hmm.
Um, and these guys are hardcore, so they're not really keen on making long songs. This one is a little on the longer side, so I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Um,
Hell yeah.
and then as funny as it sounds, their 21-second song Hookworm, I like a lot as well.
I'm a big fan of. Oh, yeah. I love how
It's
you
just
say that
fucking
that last
fast and
track
straight to the point.
is like a long song, and to me, a long song is like 17 minutes of just like
Yeah, right.
tapping and wheedly woos and shit, and like,
Not for
but
these
no,
guys.
it's 2 minutes and 36 seconds. It's not. It's under three
Yeah.
minutes, but for hardcore, that's pretty long. Like you're supposed to get
Yeah.
in there, fucking play, get crazy, and have a good time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so check it out for sure. Wasn't a contender for me, unfortunately, but I did thoroughly enjoy it. I had a million other things to pick from, and that one did not make the cut.
Yep. I
Uh,
feel you.
my last song or album for this little section is by Armor for Sleep. There is no memory. A band who has been in my rotation here and there, but never a favorite. You know what I mean? It's cool
Yeah.
to see that they're still putting out music. And this definitely came out after we had started the riff, so
Yeah.
I was able to give it, at least a shot and listen to it. I was
Yeah.
all right with it. Not a
Yeah.
favorite, but it was
Yeah.
yeah, it was entertaining enough. So,
Yeah. I
couple
didn't
songs that I like. Uh-huh.
yeah, go ahead. What are your yeah.
I was
I
just gonna
don't
s-
have anything
couple
really,
songs.
so
Gotcha. No, having listened to it, I'd Set Fire was pretty decent. The intro track, The Outer Ring, was an all right start.
that was a
But I didn't
single.
really, yeah, didn't really, you know what I mean, get too excited about anything else. It all just kind of it intermingled appropriately. But
Yeah.
hey, we got it. It's there. If you love Armor for Sleep, then I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I listened to these guys in the past, but this one didn't get me at all. I was not impressed by any of it. I was
Yeah.
gonna say the Outer Ring, the single that came out, is probably the only thing I can speak on. It was fine.
Right.
But moving on, I'm gonna take the mic for a second with a handful of releases. Um Another one of my top contenders of the year. We got The Sound a Body Makes When It's Still by Hot Mulligan. Um, these guys I hold pretty dear in my heart because they are um, Michigan boys. They're from Lansing. So I
Hell yeah.
like to give them the support. But they also put out pretty quality music. I've been a fan of them for a while. This album was really good. It was like Hot Mulligan took the next step into just being like a staple in
Right.
my discography.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, some of my favorites off this album. I know we talked about it when it came out. But
Uh-huh.
Slumdog Skillionaire
Yep.
was one of my
I
favorites.
remember
A
that
little
one.
on, yep, Monster Burger and a $5 beer, uh, and a big load. It smells like fudge acts in here. All good
Fuck.
ones.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
What about you, man? I know you're I know you're riding in a very narrow tunnel, but
Exactly. Yeah, the only Hot Mulligan I know is whatever song that they put over that Tim Robinson clip. I
yep,
don't remember
equip
what song it was. You've
sunglasses.
told me. Exactly. Yeah, that's about it. I don't know. It's it's too whiny for me. And I don't mean that disrespectfully, but it's just I don't know, like I feel like I should be writing in my diary and I don't know, like skateboarding,
You know,
um,
if I
with
was
my,
worried about what you
interracial
thought
group of
about
friends.
if I was worried about what
I
you
don't
thought about
yeah.
my personal music taste, I would be really
We
upset right
wouldn't get
now.
we wouldn't get anything done. I just never got into them. That's about it. I listen to whiny music. I don't know. Like I guess I
You
never got
listen to
into them,
different whiny music.
unfortunately. Exactly, right. So, but that's cool that they're from Michigan. I love that.
Yeah,
Um, that's about it. I
oh,
didn't find any songs that I enjoyed out of it, but just because I'm not a big fan of them.
that's all right.
So,
His vocals are I feel like an acquired taste. You
mhm.
definitely have to be into that. But I, fortunately, am really big into like Midwest emo, and I've always been a big fan of this
Hell
whinier
yeah.
and raspy style.
Right.
Um, but on a not the opposite side of things, but on a very different side of things, we had the release of Is Your Friend by Drain,
Yeah.
which was one of the more fun releases of the year, I'll say. It
Yeah. Oh yeah.
unfortunately didn't make my my heavy hitters exactly, but I
I'm
have
so
listened to this a
surprised
lot.
about that. I figured this one would be on your list because of
I
how much we've
know.
talked about it in the past.
I
It's
really
crazy.
wanted I really wanted to, but
Mhm.
it although it is heavily played, it's just not quite
There's
there.
other things you like, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
But I mean there's a lot of good tracks on this fucking
Oh yeah.
on this album.
Can I
Stealing
give you a little
Happiness from
backstory?
Tomorrow is a good one. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. So you remember when I was texting you when I went? Oh fuck, what show? Oh, it was the Mars Volta show back in November.
Yeah.
Um, what was it? My maps did something weird. Took me on all kinds of back roads
Yep.
and made my hour and a half trip like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It was absolutely ridiculous. Weather was fine, but I'm just pissed and I'm like getting veered off here when I could have just taken the highway the whole time. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, that's on me though. I should be a grown ass man about it and memorize the way I get to these places I go several times a year. But that's besides the point. It's Google Maps' fault. But the backstory is this is the song that, or the album that got me through and prevented me from getting into a car accident just out of spite. So thank
Nice.
you, Drain. You are my friend. I really do appreciate that. And the fact that you were there for that absolutely stressful car ride. So
Drain is your
yeah,
friend.
thanks. Drain is my friend. Yeah. The one song that I will always put on rotation from this album is Who's Having Fun?
Yeah.
Everyone. We're all having fun, you
It's
know.
a good one.
But I really
Yep.
did enjoy that song, so if y'all haven't listened to it,
Yeah.
you should.
Hell yeah. Um Yeah, next up we had unfortunately what was announced as the final album by
Yep.
Stray from the Path. And that is Clockworked. I was super excited when it was released that they were going to be working on this when they started teasing it.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I was very much let down when they announced that after it was over, they were going to be breaking up, which is unfortunate
Yep.
because I'm a really big fan of their drummer, the host of the Downbeat podcast. But hopefully he'll find some other band to fucking jam with because he is way too good of a drummer to not be playing with somebody.
Hell yeah.
Um, but yeah, this album in general was pretty good. I've liked their album before this, Euthanasia, was my favorite, and this one's not quite as good as that one. So it didn't it didn't get included in my final list, but it does have some awesome songs. Kubrick's Stare was the first one to come out, and
Yep.
that one was awesome. Shot Collar just makes you feel like a fucking, I don't know, makes you feel like a hardcore baller, dude. Like you're out on the b-ball court. Um,
Right.
Fucking You're Not That Guy. Can I Have Your Autograph? They got some awesome fucking drum intros. Just show you how good of a drummer he is. Um,
Right.
so yeah, overall, pretty good album.
Hell yeah.
What'd you think?
I gave it a little listen to I'm not even gonna say it. They haven't been on my radar, but I guess I'll say it.
Yeah,
But I was a fan of Kubrick Stare. I love the name of the song. I just looked it up real quick so I could refamiliarize with it. Um, I love the name of the second song. Fuck them all to hell, dude.
yeah. Fuck
Fuck
them all to
them.
hell, dude.
Exactly.
It's a heavy track too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, I didn't give it too far of a listen, but it's good. It's nice.
Yeah.
Well, definitely. If they
Well,
showed up on at a show, I'd be there. I'd be about it. I'd be in the pit.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Probably start bleeding and
Yeah.
whine about it, but
You should check
it's just
out.
who
You
I
should
am.
definitely check out their album, Euthanasia.
Euthanasia.
That's my.
Hell yeah.
Yep. It's awesome. Great album.
Nice.
Um, Moving on, I know this was a big one for you. We had the release of
Mhm.
Silver Bleeds the Black Sun by AFI, which shows them changing shit up a little bit and getting a little more old and a little more emo. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, as we call this, Joy Division 2 album, it
Yeah.
is it was different. Not my cup of tea per se, but I definitely appreciate what it is. And I did appreciate Behind the Clock. I liked Holy
Right.
Visions.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, it was fine. I know you loved it more than I did.
I did, honestly. I put this on and took it off of my at least top 5 contenders. Um,
Okay.
and I keep in my mind, like, going back and forth, like, you should have kept it on. Like, this was such a solid but I have to come into this situation professionally, and I liked a lot of the album, a good amount of the album, but I can't honestly say that it is a contender for album of the year. Now, it's definitely in my top albums of all time. For the year, though, there was definitely some other albums that piqued my curiosity a little bit more. There were two songs on there, that opening track, Birds of Prey, and fuck, what was the other one? A Spear of Truth. They got like not country, but like kind of cowboy-y. I don't know if you remember the like kind of mariachi
Y-
guitar. I
Yeah.
enjoy, but it kind of pulled me out of immersion. So,
All right.
but another great single from that album was Ash Speck in a Green Eye. That was the last one that came out and really tracks with the sound that they're putting out. I don't know. Every time I listen to this, I'm just so surprised on how Davy's vocals have changed so much over the years. Like listening to
Sure
All
have.
Hallow EP, Girls Not Gray or Sing the Sorrow, you know,
Yeah.
just all those
Right.
earlier stuff and just how fast and it was East Bay hardcore, California, West Coast, all that. Um,
Right.
and it portrayed that. But like you said, as they got older, as they really discovered the sounds they wanted to put out, they shifted more towards that kind of emo goth, shoegazy sort of feel. But yeah,
Right.
I don't know. It was a great album though. I will be looking forward to buying this on vinyl the moment I have some money to spend on it. So
Hell
surprised I
yeah.
haven't bought it by now.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, next up we got the album Outrun You All by House of Protection. This was a new band for both of us this year as well.
Yep.
I covered it when this came out, or I think it might have been one of my tracks of the week, but these guys were the members that left from Fever 333. They were
Yeah.
also part of their drummer, Arik and Proda, who I've followed for a while.
Uh-huh.
He is the drummer of the band Night Verses, which is awesome. You should go check those guys out. But this is their new project, and it's pretty good. It's a different. different style. Um, some of my favorite tracks off this album were Godspeed. I Need
Mhm.
More Than This is clearly the showcase of the album. Um, it's definitely got radio qualities to it.
Right.
And there's a lot of like electronica,
Yeah.
electronic elements to
I did notice
this.
that. Right.
Um, but it's just I don't know, it's unique and I appreciate this in 2025.
For sure.
It's a nice evolution of music from these two dudes.
Right. Yeah, it blew my mind when I found out who was in the band. I never saw Let Live. I don't think they were part of this, but Jason Allen, I believe is how you pronounce it, Alon, whatever.
Yep.
Butler, the lead vocalist for Fever 333 and for Let Live. I've loved both iterations. Um, can't say I was too surprised to hear that the band was like, "Yeah, we're gonna go do something else. Like, he can do his thing. We're gonna go do our thing." And yeah, when this came out, I was like, "Oh shit, let me check it out," because their music is always dope. So check it out.
Yeah.
And a couple of the songs, "Fire," I kind of enjoyed. I was a little veering off track for me, but it was good. It was a nice varieties kind of song. Godspeed was
Right.
nice. Um, and that's all I really noticed about it. Um, it just makes me wonder. I feel like can't. I'm pretty sure I'd seen both iterations of Fever 3-3. I've seen him 3 times live. I think once with this lineup before these guys
Yep.
left, and then the other 2 times were with the newer lineup because I know they got like a chick bassist. They
Yeah.
were really heavy on. They started going more towards that kind of like Let Live political ish. They've always been political, but
Yeah.
it was more POC. You know what I mean? More
Yeah.
inclusive, speaking
Right.
out against atrocities done to them. Um, and that was also pretty cool to see. So they got a great energy. I just wish I'd been at
Yeah.
one of the shows where Jason's like climbing the fucking sound tower and shit. Never
I
was, and that
witnessed
breaks my
it.
heart. But
Um,
oh shit,
I witnessed it. It was awesome. I saw him at Chicago Open Air.
nice.
And this
Was
was
this
with
Fever or Let
these.
Live?
This was
Okay, it was
Fever.
Fever. Yeah.
And it was with the guys from House of Protection. So that was
Nice.
really cool to see. And
Hell
Arik,
yeah.
behind the drums, he's got a lot of energy. Like he does, he stands up on his throne and does spins. He does backflips while he's drumming and shit. Like
Jesus.
he puts on a show. So between all of them
Okay.
together, it was just like
Right.
an
It's
a
perfect.
stage full of fucking energy. It was wild.
Exactly. Hell yeah. Love that. We'll go ahead and transition off and go ahead and put in another one of my contenders. Absolutely love these guys, but Ellis Dunes had put out an album this year called The Violets. And this was one that I also kind of thought about not putting on this list, but I left it on there because I love Anthony Green's vocals. The rest of the guys in this band, I can tell you at least one guy, Frank Iero from MCR.
Yep.
A couple guys from Thursday, Coheed. So we would consider a super group. It's a lot of talented individuals. I got to
Yeah.
see them before this album came. This was last year, and I was absolutely just blown away because I didn't realize that Anthony was up on the stage. I should have, but I didn't. And yeah, to see that energy, I kind of chase that now. I would love to see him again, but Violet, upon first listening, there was some good tracks. The title track, Violet, was good. Fatal Deluxe was one of my favorites. Paper Tigers was pretty popular as well.
Yep.
Uh, but there's a couple other songs in there that I'm like, but I will say, even though they weren't exactly my favorite, most of the album just brought me back to the days of listening to Juturna, some early, Anthony Green solo stuff.
Right.
Um, and it felt like this is his band to kind of let loose and do the things that he was limited from doing back then or didn't feel like doing. I just feel like he has a great time with this band now, and I love that. So I did leave this on as a contender for my top album. Did you listen to a lot of it?
I didn't listen to a ton of it, but yeah, I mean,
Okay.
you kind of covered a lot of it. Paper Tigers was a good track. I liked Fatal Deluxe. The album title, the title track was a good track. I just like the name. You Deserve to Be Haunted. I think it's funny. But that was
Right.
also a good
Yeah.
track. And
Hell
then the
yeah.
last track, Forgiveness, was pretty good too.
Hell yeah. No, I can't wait to see more of these guys because, like I said, ever since we've now discovered that Circa Survive is no longer going to get back together, they're broken up. They
Yep.
were one of my top five bands, and a lot of that was because of Anthony's vocals. I felt like he had a good range. His lyrics, if he was the one penning them, were always interesting. I like the homemade art kind of thing that they've been doing with LS Dunes. Like it's not too complicated. I feel like we get a lot of that in metal and rock. You know, they try and pack so many things onto their album cover to draw you in, but this draws me in because they don't have that. The little death in his robes on the boat. I love it. It's cool. It's
Yeah.
adorable. So to hear more from them whenever they put out another album, put out more music, tour again, I'll be there, guaranteed. So, next up, I've got Hideous Aftermath by Sangui Sugabog.
Hell yeah.
Um, love these guys. Kind of up and
Yep.
coming. I feel like they've been around for a few years now, but they're definitely blowing the fuck up due to news, people stealing their art, and also
Yep.
because I don't know. They're just fucking cool. They just seem like a bunch of guys to hang out with. You know what I mean? They feel
Right.
accessible. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
end up. I feel like a lot of people, or maybe it's just me, but you find a favorite band, you want to listen to them, you do whatever. And outside of like VIP meet and greets, like they're your heroes. They're your metal gods or whatever. So like there's
Yeah.
that pedestal you put them on. These guys don't have that pedestal, and I think that's so cool. Like they're just the any of the social media posts I see by them, some of their videos, they're just all around like just cool dudes. So
Yeah.
I'm happy we got to see him.
Yeah.
Fuck, was it
Yeah. That was
it was
awesome.
last year.
It
Yeah, that was
was.
sick, dude. I love that. And would love to see him again. So this
I
one
agree.
I'm Ritual of Autophagia, I think was a single that
Yeah.
got here's a great track. I can't remember listening to it. I'm gonna pop it on right now. Erotic Beheading. Another
Yeah,
great
dude.
thing that Sangui Sugabog does.
Yeah,
Uh yeah,
sometimes you get a boner when you're cutting somebody's head off.
I guess so, you know. And
You
they're
know.
gonna sing about it for you. They're gonna
Yep.
growl about it for you. But it's classic, just like death metal, you know what I mean, black metal.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know
Not
how else to
quite black
describe it,
metal, but
but
it is like death metal. Yeah.
yeah,
Some grindcore aspects.
yeah,
Um.
you know,
Yeah, this one was good. It didn't hit my top list, but Felony Abuse of a Corpse featuring Peeling Flesh was
oh,
one of my favorite tracks. Like you
yep,
said, Ritual of Autophagia was featuring Todd Jones of the band Nails, which I'm a big fan of. Um, we had Travis Ryan from Cattle Decapitation on a track. We had Dylan Walker of Full of Hell on a track. So the cameos on this album were prime.
rhyme, hell yeah, yeah. I'm a big fan of it. So hopefully we can catch them again in the next coming years. Next up, we're looking at Never Enough by Turnstile. I think we both kind of agreed this album was a little lackluster compared to previous Turnstile releases. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Like I listened to a couple of songs, and anything that I did listen to, I was just like, dang, like I don't know how
Yeah,
else to describe it.
these guys blew up a couple years ago with their release of
Right.
Glow On, which
Yeah.
featured a lighter hardcore style as opposed to some of their previous releases, but it kind of
Yeah.
just like it kind of just like fits into that like scowl, military gun, angel dust kind of vibe where it's just like
Yeah.
lighter, more accessible. And while I think that this is great to like kind of segue people into the genre, I also
Hmm.
think that this album was kind of boring. Um,
Right.
we didn't need Glow On 2. We needed a new album, and this was
Hmm.
just the same album. But it just kind of felt like a B-sides album, you know?
Right.
But I know that
Yeah.
some fucking hipster website is gonna claim that this is like Pitchfork is gonna say this was album of the year because of them like, you know, genre bending and getting people into a new crowd. But like I don't see it.
I'm not about that. That's fine. Someone's getting paid off somewhere
Yeah.
just to say that, I'm
I don't know.
sure.
So
It's
I
the
mean,
easy
the
choice.
people are humping the shit out of Turnstile right now, and no offense
Right.
to them. I still like them. I just don't. I'm not sitting here tooting their horn.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and just swap up into this next album because I love these guys. But Pup dropped an
Yeah.
album this year. Who will look after the dogs? Huh? Who's
Yeah.
gonna look after them?
Who's
It's
gonna?
one thing you have to think about, you know? Um, but yeah, been a fan of these guys for a couple years now. Have only just recently discovered them, I guess. But from the get go, I love their sound. I love what they put out. I love how they put things out. There's that one song, I'm blanking because I'm buzzed now. That Puppet put out, Free at Last. Figured it out.
Okay.
Where they like just sent out the sheet music and they're like, "Hey y'all, play this, record it, we'll make a video out of it." And I love that. That's super cool.
Yeah.
A couple other videos they like to animate and do weird things with, but this one I don't remember any videos from, but they've got obviously not that Midwest emo because they're not from the Midwest, but they're from Canada. But they've got that feeling, you know what I mean? Just that kind of chill, light
Yeah.
guitar into like a heavier, faster chorus. Um,
For sure.
kind of whiny lyrical content for sure. I mean, why do you
Yeah.
think they're saying who will look after the dogs? They're talking about breakup songs. That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
dude.
That's why we're here. Um, but it was a great, excuse me. I thought it was a pretty good album. It didn't quite make my list, but Pup is awesome. And if you haven't listened to them by now, you should. A couple tracks that I did like out of it. Olive Garden. I love going to Olive Garden. I love listening to songs about Olive Garden, even if it isn't. But
Yeah.
um,
I
yeah.
don't agree with you there. Olive Garden sucks, but this track is pretty good.
If I'm picky about music, you're picky about food. Okay.
Yeah. I like food of quality.
So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna drop $90 and literally have food for 2 days. Never ending pastables. Do you go places with never ending pastables, dude? No, because you think it's cheap and
No.
it's tacky, and you're wrong. I
I'm
think.
not
I don't
wrong.
know.
And also, I I have a rule, and the rule is I for one, I don't order steaks at restaurants because
Okay.
they cost too much money and I can cook a steak just as good as anybody else that's going to cook a
Okay.
steak.
All
And
right.
two, I don't buy pasta at restaurants because that is a cheap fucking meal that they somehow turn around and charge you like fucking $30 for a dish for. And
Okay.
it's nothing
Olive
but
Garden is not
carbs and
charging you thirty
sauce.
dollars for
Okay,
you go
maybe
for the
not Olive
experience.
Garden. No, there, what's the experience?
When you're here, you're family. Okay. When you're there, you're family.
No, I don't
God
think so.
forbid.
I
All right,
No, I do. I will
that's
say
fine.
in my youth, I did like when I was a teenager and had some of
Yeah,
my own money, I did go to
right.
Olive Garden for fucking soup, salad, and breadstick lunches from time to time
Exactly. Yeah.
because it was a good
I'm not
deal.
against it. I'm still going. That's fine.
All right.
But yeah, a couple other good songs on here. It was a pretty good album, and Pup is awesome. That's all I got to say about that. Um, yeah, I was gonna say this is my last one, but actually no, I'm taking a little bit of a longer section this time. We've got an album from Stick to Your Guns, Keep Planting Flowers. I've noticed this in a lot of albums released this year. Mention of flowers. Um, we're gonna talk about this
Yeah.
album later, but A Day to Remember had one. There
Yep.
was Of Mice and Men. Uh,
Yep.
Stick to Your Guns named an
Devil
album,
Wears
and
Prada.
then Devil Wears Prada. You know what I mean? Everyone's about flowers this year. No more
Yeah.
toxic
It's the year of the flower.
masculinity, dude. Exactly, I guess. But there was I don't know. I didn't listen to this a whole lot. I guess I don't have anything against Stick to Your Guns, but I know there was a few tracks that had come out as singles.
Yeah.
Uh I'm gonna be real. I don't even know what the fuck the singles were. I'm sure you remember, maybe. Do you
It's
know?
all right. I do.
Remember?
I got this. I got
All
this
right.
for you.
All
Yeah.
right, thanks.
Back in the day, I listened to
Mhm.
these guys in high school. They were trendy with their album for what it's worth. And then you had Comes from the Heart. Had some great chants. That's what they were known for. Specifically
Okay.
in the song "Colorblind" off their first album. Had a great
Okay.
chant at the end. But I kind of fell off on these guys, and then they came back this year with Keep Planting Flowers, and this album impressed the fuck out of me. Um, it just felt like a new band. I believe they had taken a little bit of time off of like writing and playing together, and this was kind of like they were like, let's just change up the way that we write and record things and try something new.
Right.
And they came out with this, and it's a really good album from them. Spineless was a good track. Permanent Dark. Um, Keep Planting Flowers. The whole thing is pretty good. So it's not my top album, but it is a solid album, and I do recommend it.
Okay, I'm listening to Spineless right now, and I remember this song for
Yeah,
sure. This is what was like for me. Like, oh damn, okay,
yeah,
maybe I should check them out more. So, yeah, I'll have to
yeah,
pop them on there. But yeah, solid sound. Sounds like solid album. Uh, Obviously not a contender for me, but that's fine. It's a pretty good album though. We'll go ahead and just skip my embarrassment and move on to the next one. I can talk about this one all goddamn day. We had an earlier this year, early in the year release by Under Oath. I believe it was in like March or something. The place after this one, it is the third album since they got back together from their hiatus. And dude, it fucking slaps. Slaps so much. I bought the record with, I'll go ahead and show y'all on camera, the special 3 chord. I got all these lights on. Under Oath Edition bourbon. I'll show you over here as well. Sipping it right now. It's pretty good. And if
getting
this
drunk.
this whiskey, yeah, oh yeah, come on. If this whiskey is any correlation to the album itself, it's great. We had a feature on this album from Troy Sanders on Vultures. I absolutely love Teeth. Generation No Surrender, I know, was pretty popular amongst individuals. Honestly, I could list literally all the songs in order because I love them all. I will pop this on anytime, anywhere. I love Under Oath. They're so good. Um, yeah, very great. What
Yeah,
did you give it a I know we had
you
listened
know,
to I'm not gonna say Vultures together, but I definitely made it a point to tell you about that one.
No, yeah, we're definitely I'm listening to that track right now and I do
Uh,
appreciate the Troy Sanders plug. Um, you know, I love these guys. I have much respect for them. They helped
mhm,
shaped my my musical taste um when I was younger, but they're
right.
just not my style anymore too much. This
Okay.
album is really good and it's got some good tracks. It's just not getting played a whole lot for me, unfortunately.
Gotcha. It's all right. I'm not heartbroken at all, Ryan. I'll enjoy it twice as much for both of us. That's fine.
Perfect.
But it is constantly being spun on my record player. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna just go ahead and jump the gun, but this is definitely it's gonna be this and another album that I picked out of my list to be number one. I have nothing else to say about that. Um we've got released by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard this year, Phantom Island.
Yep.
Um
This one was a
yeah,
little different.
I it was. But like it was different, but it was still like classic Giz, you know what I mean? I can't there's you can't stick the Giz in one album or one genre, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um
No,
but
I
yeah, I haven't
obviously
as
they're notorious
uh-huh,
for changing shit up.
exactly. Um Dead Stick, I'm a super big
Yeah.
fan of the little piano intro in there from Ambrose.
Yep.
Dude, I love listening to King Gizzard because every time I listen to them, I can just imagine them in the studio just fucking vibing out, bobbing their heads,
Dude,
like
yeah,
just
getting
being best
down.
friends, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like there has been no other band in my life that I've listened to. I've never seen them live, but I love watching their live videos. So they're just great at performing live.
Yeah.
And have so many songs behind them. Only being together since what 2011, so about 14 years. It's been a long time. But most
Yeah.
bands by now would have 4 albums maybe in 10 years. These guys
Yeah.
like got like a
Six
million.
albums maybe? Yeah, they got a lot.
Right.
Um
And yeah, it's
and
just
a lot of
plus
them are good.
right, that's what I'm saying. Plus they all sleep in the same bed like the Powerpuff Girls,
No,
and I love imagining that.
I love that you imagine that because when I listen to this album specifically, I'm listening to Dead
Uh,
Stick right now. Um,
yeah.
and it just makes me like I want to think that them as a whole band are like do you remember like the Beatles cartoons from back in the day, the
Yeah, yeah.
like trippy,
Right.
like acidy, like
Exactly.
that's how I see these guys.
Yeah, that's very fair.
But
It's awesome. No matter what they
yeah, they're
do.
fun.
It's great. I'm surprised I didn't put this on, but I had other ones to pick from. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I just love these guys, and you should too.
Yeah, this one
Um,
wasn't my favorite, but it is still
right,
solid. It's fun.
exactly. There's an album for everybody with these guys. That's the thing. I'm a Nonagon Infinity guy. I feel like that's one of their more basic albums. It's their most
Yeah,
digestible, easier to access. You know, I know you're a
I could
Rat's
see
Nest
that.
fan.
I like Confess the Rat's Nest. I like Petro Gergonic, blah 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 blah
Apocalypse,
blah.
right?
Yep. But yeah, I mean, I like I like Non-Gon. I like dude, I like a ton of them. Actually, Ice, Death, Planets, Lungs, Mushrooms, and Lava is probably my favorite overall
That's the
because
next one I was gonna fucking bring up. It's
yep,
a pretty solid
it,
album,
that dude, it just like showcases how amazing of musicians these guys are.
right? Have you found all of the band members' faces in the album art? Did
No,
you
I
know that?
haven't. I
Well,
no.
you look it up. Look up a full spread picture, and every single member of the band has their face featured in one part of the whole album. I
All right.
found this out like a month ago, and me and Kat were listening to the album, and she told me about it. And I'm like, whoa, shit. So we picked them all out. I had to look up one of them. I'm like, where the fuck? It was, I think it was, hold on. Oh, it was Lucas. I was looking for the bassist. I couldn't find him. But we ended up finding him afterwards. So, but it's just
Nice.
classic King Gizzard. It's so good.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got an album by Wet Leg, uh, Moisturizer. Once again, I want to reiterate
Moist.
that, folks. Moisturizer.
Moisturizer. I like it.
Um, this is a thanks, man. This is a newly discovered band for me. I don't know about you. I feel
Yep.
like
I found
was
out
also
about
kind
these
of
guys this
recently.
year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was it the KEXP or just through their
Um,
music
I
and then you discovered the KEXP?
I think I can't remember which I found what I found first. It was either they came across my Spotify account via a like
Mhm.
recommended like playlist, or
Okay.
it was or either that or it was the NPR Tiny Desk set. And
Right.
then later ended up on KXP, which was actually a better set. Um,
Okay.
but I became to really become a big fan of these guys this year. And this album release has a lot of fucking awesome songs on it. Um, CPR blew up really big, which is a
Mhm.
good track, but one of my favorites is Catch These Fist. Um,
Yeah.
Davina McCall was a good one. Monch 2, which I think we've talked about on the show before. They got a song called Pokemon, which is pretty good.
I was gonna be really mad if
So
you didn't bring that up.
no, I
Thank you.
can't leave out Pokemon. It's a good
That's
song
what I was
too.
saying.
Um, but this
Oh,
whole album is really
can
good.
can we segue for a second?
Yeah.
All right. Did you figure out your little handheld thing? Did you fix the
Oh, yes.
screen?
Yes, I did. I had to do a little bit of
Nice.
Googling, but I did fix
Okay.
it.
What was
What
the
he's
issue?
referring to
Yeah.
for all of you people out there, I bought my son, aka I bought me, a Game Boy knockoff kind of thing, which is pretty fucking awesome. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was having a booting issue where it would boot up Pokemon games sideways, so I wasn't able to play them. But yeah, I ended up having to go into the settings and changing some settings, and we
Right.
got it all
Gotcha.
figured out.
Well,
We're good.
hell yeah. I'm glad. I'm so glad. Um,
Yes.
I love the sound of this. You know, I don't know if it's just this year or whatever, but I've been trying to look up more. I don't know if to be like inclusive or aware, you know, and be a fucking ally or whatever. But like bands with chicks in it, you know, chick vocalists, guitarists, like all that. You know, black fronted bands, like you
For
know,
sure.
bands with other people besides fucking white people. Because like we've had enough of history. Let's give it up to some other people. You know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, Wet Leg has been on the radar for that for a little bit. Did get to catch a little bit of that KEXP set. I didn't watch it like I did Viagra Boys or we had found the King Gizzard KEXP set. But I
Yeah.
did enjoy the songs you had listed, CPR, Catchy's Fists. Love that name. Pillow Talk was kind of cool. Had a nice little thrummy bass line in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yep.
It's a pretty solid album. So I look forward to what else that they put out. Um,
Uh,
Next up, we've got a release by a band that's a pretty big favorite of mine, and it sounds like a pretty big favorite of a lot of people. They've been in
yeah.
the Grammys, nominated a few times. She's been involved with things. Courtney LaPlante of Spearbox has been involved with Poppy and Amy Lee of Evanescence.
Evanescence.
We're really exploring that. So, but yeah, they had the album Tsunami Sea come out this year. Solid goddamn album. If you have not caught Spearbox, you're an idiot. And I mean that exactly how I said it. If you don't listen to them, you're dumb. and you should. One big song from the album, Soft Spine.
Yup.
They had released that as a single. I'm not gonna say pretty early on, but
Yeah,
um,
it
I
was
got to see
pretty
them
early
perform
on.
this. Yeah, it was a while between this song and then the album, but got to see them
Yeah.
perform this with Tatiana of Ginger. And when I tell you that was the most powerful, semi horny performance I'd ever seen in my life, I mean it 100%. It was so goddamn cool. Um, but yeah, some other songs from the album, the title track, Tsunami Sea, No Loss, No Love, Deep End, that's the final track on there, Fata Morgana. They're just heavy as fuck. I've been following them for a couple years now, and I can't get enough. Courtney is so good on stage, and the rest of the bands they have a pretty good energy too. So I definitely recommend them to anyone and everyone. So, what do you think, Ryan?
I think I'm gonna make you mad, but no, I never really listened to them before this. But this album came out, I gave them a little listen.
Uh,
Um, they were different than what I had judged them. I assumed that they were because they're a pretty popular band. They're pretty like
right.
I don't know, radio rock kind of band.
Uh,
But they're like big festival band. But yeah, I saw Soft Spine with Poppy at Louder Than Life, and I was like, God damn, that's sick.
uh-huh.
The only thing that I don't really I this is also just like not really my type of album to listen to on a regular basis, so I don't really know um many other tracks to note, but I don't know. I'm kind of offended by Nick Nocturnal had his annual Nick Nocturnal Awards, which kind of goes through like they do voting and then he does an award show where they announce um I don't know, best drummer of the year, best vocal performance of the year, best track, best album. And for best guitarist, they put this dude from Spirit Box in there. And I just have to say,
Mhm.
he doesn't impress me with his I think he makes fine songs. He just
Right.
not he's not interesting enough to want to call him best guitarist of the year, you know? So I just
Right.
got upset about that.
Yeah, that's fair. Thanks for correcting me, by the way, and not making a big deal, because I definitely got that set wrong. They performed with Tatiana on Circle with Me. Soft Spine was with
Oh,
Poppy, so
yeah.
look at me being an idiot.
That's all
I'm
right.
sitting here spouting all this love, and I can't even get that right. I was there live, trust me. Trust me on that, bro. Um, yeah, that's all right. Let's see. Can can you take this one? I'm gonna give this one to you, bro.
I'd gladly take this one.
That's fine.
Um,
I know you do.
One of the big ones of the year was I Feel the Ever Black Festering Within Me by Lorna Shore. And dude, I think I'm going to surprise the fuck out of you right now because I know that you know I didn't choose this as one of my front runners of the year,
Yeah.
and I really contemplated it. I really wanted to,
Yeah.
but it not that it was a bad album by any means, but
Uh-huh.
when you I don't know. I think it's the hype behind everything. Will Ramos joined the band. They put out To the
Uh-huh.
Hellfire. There was a lot of hype behind it. And then, I mean, the In I Return to Nothingness EP was good. They followed it up by Pain Remains, which is just an amazing fucking debut album from Will Ramos with the
Uh-huh.
band. And unfortunately, this album just doesn't do it as much for me as Pain Remains did.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but I mean, there's a lot of really good songs on here. Prison of Flesh was a big one. Unbreakable, Glenwood blew up. There was War
Uh-huh.
Machine. So it's got, I mean, the whole thing is really fucking good, and it pains
Right.
me deeply to not include this as a front runner, but just not quite there.
Would you say that the pain remains within you?
It does. It certainly does.
Sorry to hear that, man. I know it took a lot
But
to make that decision, and I'm proud of you for it.
it
I got
did.
nothing against
I
Northern
did.
Shore. I like him too.
Yeah.
I just
No, I mean, I did get to see them live a couple months ago, and they definitely played a lot
mm,
of stuff off this album, and they did a really fucking good job. So I'm not
nice.
complaining.
Hell yeah. That's good.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Next up, we had what is a front runner for me for album of the year, and I know Tyler is going to disagree, but I don't
100%.
fucking care. So we had the also highly anticipated album drop of Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token, which I loved so much. I was super happy to receive this album on vinyl for, I believe, Father's Day or my
Yeah.
birthday. I can't remember, one or the other. But yeah, I just love this fucking album. I listened to all of the singles heavily as they were being dropped in anticipation for the next one. And although this is not, I don't know, the their album before this, Take Me Back to Eden, was
Mhm.
what got me into them, and it is an amazing album. And might be a little better than this album.
Okay.
Um, but this album is still pretty amazing. It just highlights a lot of more of their pop influences and style than metal. And that's okay with me because I've gotten to the point in my life where I don't have to be 100% metal all the time.
Right. Yeah. I will say every single one of the songs on this album has over 7 million plays.
I probably
The
account
least
for at
amount,
least 1 million.
I'm sure. Yeah, 7.6 million, at least on YouTube. That's where I'm pulling this off of.
Okay.
Infinite Baths was only 7.6. Everything else was 9 million or
Yeah.
above. So, wow, what a
Yeah.
normie, dude.
I
Oh my
mean,
God.
dude, when you pull this up on my title account too, it is
Uh-huh.
very alarming to see that most of the album has the hearts highlighted on along the side because they are
That's
featured
awesome.
in various playlists of mine because I love them so much. But I mean, the album starts off really good with Look to the Windward. Emergence was a big single. Um, Past Self has got a pretty sweet beat to it. It is on more on the poppy side. Dangerous has a super sick beat to it. Caramel is one of my favorite tracks on the album. Um, Even in Arcadia is an amazing track. Just the whole thing is fucking good. I can name them all.
Oh yeah.
But
I'm happy for you, dude.
thanks, man.
Yeah.
I'm also
Glad you
I'm
found
also
something
happy
you
for
like.
you and your albums. Yeah.
Thanks.
um, well, moving on because otherwise this is gonna take all day. We
Right.
got the drop of Violent Nature by I Prevail. Another band that I'm not really big into, never been. It
Mhm.
is nice that they are from Michigan.
Yeah.
So there's that support, I guess, from me as being locals. But yeah, I'm not playing this very much, but it does have some pretty sick songs. What about you? What do you think?
I don't think much about it. I saw them live when they were coming up. They were playing
Okay.
at the Cubby or something. It was this
Yeah.
bar. venue somewhere in Chicago. We all took
Yeah.
this big trip, and I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like I'm no longer out of my personal NDA because anyone who was there who this would affect is no longer. I don't think is listening to this. Um, they were. It was kind of. It wasn't like a open mic night, but it felt like kind of. The first set was this dude rapping. It wasn't terrible. We watched this funk band who had a great energy. I don't remember anybody's names. And then we went out to go trolling around Chicago to smoke some weed
Yeah.
and maybe go talk to girls or something. Me and my two buddies who did that, we're both single. We were all single and ready to mingle at the time. And we were pretty well buzzed because we were drinking on the way up. Not driving, none of us drove. It was in a party bus. It was sick. I feel like I've shared
Nice.
this story before. I think when
Yeah.
this first came out. And yeah,
Yeah.
so I ended up missing them. And then the band came on the bus and they were like, "Did everyone enjoy the show?" And we're like, "Yeah, we loved it."
Yeah.
And that was about it. But I've never really found any song by them that I don't know, like it's piqued
Captivating.
my curiosity. It didn't captivate me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the one of the vocalists leaving, I feel like we're hearing about him a lot right now. And if you do
Yeah.
like him, I'm sure there's nothing wrong with that. I just haven't found anything that's really put them in my list to listen to. So, yeah,
That's fair.
that's all I got to say about it.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, well. Next up, we got The Sky, the Earth, and All Between by Architects. This one, another band that I have never really followed along with too much, but I can appreciate them for what they are. This album, I think I put a little more time into than previous albums, but the one song that I can speak on is the track Brain Dead, which features House of Protection. I was a giant fan of this song when it first came out, and I've listened to it a lot.
That makes me really happy to hear. Um, because I love Architects. I've been a huge fan of them for quite a while. Got to see him last year. Um, I have nothing bad to say about them. This album has been on definitely it's been in my list quite a bit. Black Hole was pretty solid. Judgment Day. Seeing Red, I know that one was pretty popular. And they had a song with House of Protection, Brain Dead. So
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Um, I had a little bit. So I made my list before I took a shower just to freshen myself up before the episode, and I had two albums on here. I brought them both up so I can talk about them. Lonely God and Under Oath, and I'm not exactly putting them all together, but I feel like each album was pretty similar. I mean, this one gave me the place after this one vibes. They felt pretty similar in musical
Yeah.
style and whatever.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
I was thinking like, should I take one off? Like, how should I, and then like I said, Fit for a King's Lonely God, like all three of those, I'm like, fuck, do I want all three of those? Do I want to like spread the love a little bit? And then I just decided no. I'll just have to explain that because I put those other two on there, I can't pick this one. But it definitely was a contender for
It was
me.
high up there for you.
Um, yeah. So
Oh
I
yeah.
wish that you had been into Architects more. Like I think they're a solid fucking band, and I just want to share that happiness with you. I'm trying to think of the first album I'd listened to. This is like high school, like pre. I was like a junior, sophomore, or junior in high school. Um, 2009 ish. I think Hollow Crown had come out. Daybreaker. And then when I really got into them was Lost Forever, Lost Together, and then I've just been following him ever since. So yeah, I want everybody to listen to these guys. So
Well, yeah, I thought it was a good album. Um, yeah, I'll have to give them a little bit more time. Next up, we got "No Rain, No Flowers" by the Black Keys, which is a
on
little
our
bit on the
metal
lighter
podcast,
side.
dude,
Yeah.
in this
Oh, I mean,
economy, what?
there's rock. We talk about rock
Yeah,
from time to time.
right. We'll call it
And these guys
alternative
are,
and call it a day.
yeah, it's alternative. This one, you know, it's nice to have something a little bit lighter to listen to every once in a while. You don't,
Yeah.
especially um when I go to a metal concert and I get out and
Hmm.
on the way home, I'm not listening to metal anymore. I'm done with it. My ears hurt.
Right.
It's been loud. I want something chill. And this is a good one. It's not as good as some previous um Black Keys albums, in my opinion, but it is
Hmm.
pretty good. Um,
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you're much of a Keys guy, but I
There's
like
been
these
some
guys.
songs I know, like their hits, like their radio hits. "Gold on the Ceiling," of course. "Howlin' for
Yeah.
You," "Lonely
Yep.
Boy." Yeah, like literally their
Yep.
top three songs I know of. But I've never owned a CD or an album by them.
Okay.
I've never gone on Spotify or YouTube and been like the Black Keys and then picked a song. I just kind of, if they show up, I'll listen to them because they got a good sound. But
Right
you
on.
know,
I've listened to a lot of them because they've got that they've got a good vibe to them and they're
mhm,
very crowd appealing. So it is very good bar music.
for sure. Yes, I will agree with that. I may do that the next time I work. I'll just play a Black Keys radio and call it a day. And I'm sure
Dude,
nobody will complain,
Black Keys
and I won't
radio
get my 30%
slaps.
tip.
Low key, I
Yeah, I
promise you.
believe it. Little Cage the Elephant, little Black Keys, maybe
Yep,
some
you
Death from
got it.
Above, 1975.
Maybe,
Some
maybe.
Modest Mouse, I could see it. Yeah, right.
Who knows? Um, but yeah, let's see. Moving on, we got Cursed by Paleface Swiss, another band that I've been a fan of more recently. I think I started listening to them. Let's see, when did my shit's starting to pause now? Yeah, in like 20 or 2024, I think, the beginning of the year. They dropped Lost in the Dark with Left to Suffer. And that ended up on one of my workout playlists because it just fucking smacks. And I've been a fan ever since. These guys are super
Yeah,
fucking good. And this album was pretty good. Uh I can't really call it out track by track. But just overall, it's really good. I like this guy. I like their style. I really like
yeah,
their vocalist style. He does a little bit of like fast-paced vocals, some scream rapping almost
right.
that it's different than what other people do and in a non-cringe and very talented technical way, you know.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real. It reminds me of early Slipknot. This album specific. I'm listening. Well, here's a song I'm listening to. Hatred. It just gives me
Yeah.
that like, you know what I mean?
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go ahead and I'm gonna rewind back to some episode in the past where
Right.
I said I saw on Reddit somebody say that Zelly was the Corey Taylor of Swedish metal, and you fucking
Okay.
were like, no, I don't think so. And I'm like, I promise you, they are.
And here I am, X amount of time later, saying, "Yeah, it really reminds me of Corey Taylor." Like, that's crazy.
That's
Damn,
all
I
right. I
don't remember
forgive you.
saying that. I was probably drunk, so please forgive me. Um, yeah. Oops.
That's all
Where's
right.
the
I forgive you.
consistency? Come on. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Fuck, when was it? It's not showing up. Um, yeah. Oh, it's my turn, huh? I was looking up.
Yep.
I was trying to see if I could find the I Prevail concert on Setlist FM, and I didn't find it. So
Oh yeah,
maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't I Prevail. Maybe I just remember somebody else, but I'm pretty sure it was.
maybe.
Um, so we had a release by surf rock band. This is the way I'm going to describe them. Waves this year called Spun. I don't know if you're a fan of them at all. I don't feel like we've talked about them that much. But I'm gonna get down and dirty with these guys anytime. King of the Beach, Demon to Lean On. They're just a couple of my favorite tracks, but they're solid. Now, Spun has come around on my playlist when I'm listening to pop. I feel like they could show up under Drain. And there's a couple songs I'd listened to on here at first throughout. And then just a few weeks ago, I was just kind of looking through and getting back into them. I usually listen to their older stuff, but I gotta say, this whole album just fucking slaps. That first song, Spun, is a good intro. Goner
Yeah,
was pretty solid. There's a song on there called Machete Bob. Just love it for the
yeah.
name, but
That's
there wasn't a single point in time where I had to like pause or think about like changing the album. I just from start to finish, it was a really good album. It's not like it's loud, but it's not heavy. That's the best way I can describe it.
yeah.
Usually they got that nice little kind of not chuggy, but um classic kind of punk riff to start off the song. And then the vocalist, I don't know his name. Um who is it? Uh Oh, Nathan Williams. I'm on their Wikipedia page actually. And he just starts singing real loud and then they quiet down and then they rinse and repeat. And that sounds formulaic and boring, but they do it in a really good way. And anytime I listen to them, I just feel good. So,
Oh yeah.
I'm a big fan of this. This is actually um due to the nature of the music, the genre, I picked enough heavy shit out of the like different genres, the alternative, the kind of punk, surfy, whatever. This landed on my list for the year, so
Hell yeah.
could be number one. We'll see. Did you check it out?
Um, Not really. I'm listening to a little bit right now. I did listen to these guys. Um, let's see. Back yeah, back around like Afraid of Heights, King of the Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they came up on my in my playlist because I was more into that like Ty Segall,
Mm-hmm.
fucking um I don't know, just like a lot of like more surfy, like
Right.
yeah, I don't know, punk,
I get what you're
pop
saying.
punk,
Exactly.
surfy kind of shit.
Right.
So,
California
but
rock.
no, yeah, but no, I didn't really listen to this one too much.
Okay.
Um,
I will
from what
say
I'm
they had a
listening to
song
right
on
now, it's pretty
GTA.
good.
That was pretty cool. Hell yeah.
Oh, did
Nice.
they?
Yeah.
Oh
Nine
yeah,
is God. It was on GTA 5, I believe.
nice.
Yeah. Yes. I would absolutely love to play these. Actually, no, fuck it. I'm just gonna. One of my favorite summer playlists is picking any sort of Waves song and just going from there. Kingfisher, King of the Beach was always on rotation. Every time I worked, I'm like, I'm throwing this in somewhere. Someone's gonna love
Yep,
it. Nobody said
I
anything
re-
about it, and that's fine. But I enjoyed it, and that was
I
awesome.
remember.
So thanks, man. Uh, in my mind, King of the Beach was the Kingfisher theme. I'm just throwing it out there.
It was the anthem.
That was the anthem. Yeah, exactly. It was our theme song.
Oh yeah,
Um, Next up, we've got an album by Dying Wish, Flesh Stays Together. Um, didn't listen to a lot of it. Have listened to Dying Wish in the past. This is the band with Jeremy's wife, right? Is that,
correct. Yeah,
yeah, Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
so trying to
Yeah,
think. I
she's
know
a
we
really good
talked about it when it came
vocalist.
out. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like their style. I didn't really listen to this
Uh-huh.
album particularly all that
Right.
much. It is very good. I got into them around Fragments of a Bitter Memory, which came out in
Okay.
2021. Um, but yeah, this stuff's pretty good. It's just I don't know, just not my usual style.
Right. Yeah. A couple of the songs looking on here that have been played the most. The title track "I Don't Belong Anywhere." "I'll Know You're Not Around." And "Revenge and Carnage" are the top played songs on the album. Um, I don't know. I'm listening to a couple of the songs right now as we're talking, and it's pretty cool. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. I don't hate it. I gotta give it a little bit more of a shot. So,
Yeah,
uh, we did get another album this year by, I'm bad with genres, so I'm not even gonna list one, but Peeling Flesh. We've talked about them honestly, I feel like quite a bit in the past.
yeah,
But PF Radio 2 had come out, and I feel like kind of recently. I feel like in the last like 10 episodes, we talked about them. Let's see.
yeah.
I can't remember
Um,
any of these songs, any
no,
singles or anything. Holden, I feel like was a pretty good
yep,
song.
yep. No, I haven't really put a ton of time into this band. I did listen to them a little
Uh,
bit more around October because they were playing with Lorna Shore when I went to go see them.
okay.
Um, so I was just kind of, getting warmed up on them a little bit,
Right.
but yeah, this one was pretty good. It had it had a lot of sound bites if I remember, which was like the
Yeah.
highlight of the album. You
Right.
know, I'm on their title page right now, and I think I don't think this was an album. I think that this was labeled as an EP.
It's got 10 tracks on it. No way.
Yeah. On their Wikipedia it says EP, but who
Okay.
knows?
Yeah.
Either way, I'm listening right now. This doesn't exist on title.
Oh
But what does
shit.
exist is PF Radio 2 slowed. So I am listening to the slowed down version of it,
That's interesting.
which,
Because the couple of
which is
songs that
interesting.
I've been listening to aren't like slow, but like I just feel like slowing them down would just like it just sounds weird to me.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, either way, I can't reference it, so I won't speak, but this album was fine.
uh, we're gonna go ahead and transition over. We've got an album by Ginger, one of those chick-fronted bands. The album is called Duel. Um, I've listened to Ginger, but I've never like sat down to Ginger. I did get an awesome picture of Tatiana in like a power pose when we got to see them in Milwaukee a couple years ago. And Kat absolutely loves it, and I love that.
Oh yeah.
But I did actually just started listening to this album today, and it's classic Ginger. It's fast, it's heavy. Tatiana's doing her growls and then switches into a nice little clean vocal sort of section. I was talking to Kat about it today, and she said this album was a little bit heavier on the clean vocals parts. I didn't really notice a difference, but she's a bigger fan than I am. I would love to see him again. Um, but yeah, I didn't really find anything that like super spoke out to me. But I can see Hedonist has a lot of plays. Rogue, Kafka, how Kafka-esque. You won't
Yeah.
understand that joke, and I don't expect you to.
Nope.
Someone's daughter, I feel like, was pretty popular. There's a storyline behind that. It was explained to me today, and I got drunk and forgot. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you like chick metal, if you like foreign metal, Ginger hits both of those. So should definitely check them out. Did you check it out?
Yep. No. I'm not a big fan of this band. Um,
All right.
I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of I don't really like when this kind of metal flip-flops between harsh and clean vocals so much like this. So, it's not really my cup of tea. I am liking the instrumentals that I'm hearing right now. I'm just not a
Oh,
big fan of the clean vocals. No offense.
right.
She's a very talented singer, I
That's
can see.
yeah. I get it. If I were to not like Ginger, it would kind of be like that. I feel like the those clean vocal parts kind of pull me out a little bit. Like it slows down the
Yeah.
song a little too much. Maybe it's
Right.
some time to let the rest of the band take a break for a second, slow it down, and then.
Well, next up, we got one of my top picks of the year. I've been talking about him a lot lately,
Yeah.
but that is by the Viagra Boys. And I don't even know how you pronounce this album, but it's Viagra Boys.
That seems pretty
I
fair.
guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess. This album is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Uh, it continues the amazing music by the Viagra Boys. Um, it starts off with "Man Made of Meat," which is, I think, my favorite Viagra Boys song of all
Yeah.
time. To this
It's not
point,
my favorite, but it's definitely a good fucking album.
yeah,
Or excuse me,
it,
good song. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think it's my favorite track. But other songs I liked, Uno Two's a good one. Pyramid of Health, Dirty Boys, Water Boy. So many good songs.
Right.
What do you think? I know you got something to say about this.
Oh, I fucking love these guys. I was for a moment I was heartbroken because you're like, they're my favorite. I'm like, they're my favorite too. Like, but it's fine. I was gonna get my moment to talk about it anyways. Yeah, god damn it. These guys fucking slap. They have a great energy. I've described him to people as like Iggy Pop, but he doesn't look like he's been mummified and like run over, or, like hit by a car. You know what I mean?
That's
This
awesome.
is a show. This is a show you go to where you take your shirt off, you let your beer belly fly, and you get fucking drunk. Like
Yeah.
that's about the only way I can describe it. Whether you're a guy
Yeah.
or a gal, go ahead, take your shirt off, get drunk, let that beer
Yeah,
belly
man.
fly. Um,
They
it,
give me so much um what's the word that I'm thinking of? They give me a lot of like self-confidence
right.
when I listen to their
You just listen to
music.
them.
I
You
just
feel good. You're like, fuck yeah,
you
dude.
feel cool. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You
That's the best way
feel
to describe it. You
fucking
feel fucking
cool.
awesome. You're putting on the pit vipers, dude, like smoking a cigarette. You got a leather jacket and no shirt on. That's the whole
Yep.
point. Is you just never have a shirt on.
Have you ever
Um,
seen have you ever seen how this band came together?
I've heard a theory. They're Swedish. The
Yep.
vocalist is dual citizenship. He was born in California, but he
Yep.
had like an aunt or something still out in Sweden, his mom or whatever. And
Yep.
they got like drunk. Like him and the guys in the band got drunk at a party or something. And I guess had been chatting about starting a band, and then the vocalist was texted the next day or something, was like, okay, so are we doing this or what? And then here we are, X amount of years later with all this great
That
releases. Is that true? Did
That
I?
could be. It could be. According to their
Okay.
Wikipedia page, um, yeah, he was shipped off to Sweden to live with his aunt because he was getting into a lot of riffraff. He had become
Okay.
a heavy drug and alcohol addict. Um,
Okay.
so they shipped him over there. Apparently, he was working as a tattoo artist, and he met
Okay.
the other band members while performing Mariah Carey's "We Belong Together" at a karaoke night at a bar.
What?
And
All right.
the band was
Love to
like,
be
"Yeah,
there.
you're our fucking singer."
You're the guy. Hell yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
so punk
only
rock.
10 years with them. So exactly. That's the best intro story I've heard from a band ever. I love that.
Yeah,
So
they belong together.
yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, this album is great. What was the last album that they had put out? The one with fuck, what was it? Oh, Cave
um,
World. That had Troglodyte on it.
yep, yep, that one was really good.
Yeah.
Worms, good
And
album.
oh, because nobody got to hear about this last week because of my big major fuck up. Um, I'll be procuring a dual vinyl. It's got Cave World and Consistency of Energy, or excuse me, not Cave World. It's got Consistency of Energy and Call of the Wild, two of their EPs that were dropped before their first album. That are a little bit of a departure from their sound. I mean, or excuse me, Consistency of Energy had research chemicals on it, and that sounds pretty close to what they ended up following. Call of the Wild though was like long and drawn out and more like spoken wordy, but
Yeah,
still fucking solid. So if you haven't listened to that, check it out. But I'm so glad that I got to experience this album, and I'm gonna listen to it all the time. I've been almost listening to explicitly Viagra Boys for about 5 days straight. If it weren't
yep,
for
me too.
this and me having to research a couple of these albums, I would have
Yeah,
just been listening to the Viagra
it
Boys.
was
That's
just
it.
just
So
all Viagra boys. Yep, me
exactly.
too. I had to force
Sick.
myself
Hell yeah.
away from Viagra Boys the other day to start
Uh-huh.
catching up on this shit in anticipation for
Right.
this
Yeah.
episode. But yeah, I'll once it's over, I'll go right back to my old habits.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I could talk about them all day. But next album of 2025 is Bodies by Thornhill. This was another band that we came across this year, and boy, am I
Hmm.
happy that we did because these guys
Right.
rip.
They
Um,
do.
this album is another one of those albums similar to that Greyhaven album that we talked about earlier,
Right.
where I don't specifically have tracks off of this album that I want to call out, other than Silver Swarm was on my playlist for quite a while. But
Yeah.
this whole album is just good from start to finish.
Right.
I recommend
Yeah.
listening to it that way.
Oh yeah. What was it Silver Swarm was a single. Uh, that's the only one I
I'm not
specifically remember.
Yeah, I think maybe Under the Knife was another one
Right.
that sounded
Yeah, that sounds
familiar.
familiar. Right.
I think Diesel might have come out like right before the album dropped. Hard to say,
Yeah.
but
But whatever it was, every single song on this album was a solid song. So, they
yeah,
didn't re-release this out, but they did like a they do
they
something
did
else
that.
with Bodies. Bodies
Yeah, they
X, that's what
did
it was.
Bodies X, the remix
It's like
album.
the cut up. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
which was also pretty good.
right.
But it
So you
also
don't see
had
that. I
that
feel like that was uh-huh.
new track Mercia on it, which was pretty good
Oh
track.
yeah. America, right. Oh, yeah,
America,
we were just
yeah,
talking about they're touring on that.
yeah, yeah, yep.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The
Cool.
America tour.
Sick. Exactly. Right. Plug in. Officer Doofy reporting
uh,
for duty, sir.
America.
Yeah, I
Um,
would love to. I can't tell you exactly what playlist they show up on, but they are showing up on a lot more of my playlists. Maybe it's because I'm listening to them more, but yeah, the from the first time I discovered them, I've been very, very happy with what they've been putting out. So
they're working their way into your algorithm there.
they are, yes.
Hell yeah. Well, next up on the list, which is quite different than Thornhill, we got the drop Hymns of Dissonance by Whitechapel. Um, these guys are fucking heavy hitters in the deathcore world. They've been around for a long
Right.
time. I've been listening to them since 2007 with the Somatic Defilement. Um,
Same.
and I kind of fell off right around there. I'd say New Era Corruption was the last album that I really gave a whole lot of
Okay.
attention to. I don't know what it was. They just kind of lost their luster with me. So I
Right.
don't really have much to say about this album. I'm listening to it right now, and yeah, it sounds good. I remember
Right.
I remember Prisoner 666 coming out. I think
Yep.
maybe Hate Cult Ritual was another
Yeah.
single. Um, yeah, I mean they're good. Fucking Phil Bozeman is a dog.
Straight up. Straight up. I've gotten to
Straight
see
dog.
them a few times live, and every single time is just a great time. When we went and saw them with Lorna Shore, I am about positive this is the set that got me into the pit. Granted, we were
Oh yeah.
watching, what was it, Sangui Sugabog. Do you remember who was after them?
To be honest with you,
Whitechapel, Lorna.
I don't
I feel like there's one more band in between that.
yeah. I can't
That was a
remember,
crazy
man.
weekend, and
Yeah.
it was also the first time I had Shore Lord, so forgive me if I don't remember. Changed my life after
Malort.
that. I no longer, yeah,
That was your first Malort.
my lord, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um.
Shorelort was in the future.
Oh. Oh. Did I say Shore Lord?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. I'm the marketing guy for it now, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Check out our local bar and the upcoming release of Shore Lord. You're gonna hate it. Oops. But yeah, first time I
Or
had
your money
Malort,
back.
so exactly. No. No
No.
refunds. That's the other tagline. No refunds.
No, you'll hate it or your money back.
Yeah. Oh,
Which
okay.
is
All
just
right, all
me,
right. That's
which is just us because we actually like the shit because we're fucking
right.
awful.
Yeah. So, I was pretty happy with this album, Hymns and Dissonance.
Nice.
I was about the same, like Somatic Defilement, This is Exile. That was one of my favorites.
Yep.
Literally had I'd listened to the what was it, The Saw is the Law. I don't know if that was the album or if that was just a song. I feel like it
That
was
was
the
a
album
song.
though. Okay. Our Endless
I think,
War.
yeah, that was off of the Endless War.
Yep. I got back into them for a little bit because I kind of liked the vibe of Saw is the Law. And then after that, dropped off again until this came out, and I listened to it and loved it. So pretty
Oh yeah,
good.
yeah. Next up, we had another album that I had to fight myself to not include on my
Fucking
top albums.
same, dude. It was on my
Um,
list, and then I had to take it out because I felt like I had too many.
yeah, I when this album first came out, I'm not gonna lie. So the album is Big Ol' Album Volume 1 by A Day to Remember. Um, I'm not gonna lie, these guys, I fell off on them for a while. Um, I listened to them a lot in the late 2000s.
Uh huh.
Their first album I liked a lot. For Those Who Have Heart was
That
giant.
was a good one.
Um,
Yep.
when I back then, um, the old record, the re-release of the first stuff, Homesick was amazing. I listened to the
Yeah.
shit out of that album. Um, and then I just kind of fell off. But for some
Dude,
reason,
that
and
sucks. Um, what separates me from you was the album that got me into them, and then I backtracked and listened to everything else, fell in love with it.
yeah,
I ended up following them up until Bad Vibrations. Followed that for a little bit. It took a while because they released a single for that album. What was it? Fuck, what was it? Was it Bad Vibra Paranoia?
I have
Yeah,
no idea.
Paranoia came out as a single like a year before the album was released. And
Yeah.
then or two, I don't remember. It was big on Twitter at the time. And or at least I was, I don't know. And they had to wait forever. So like finally it came out and I listened to it and I'm like, all right, it's good, it's solid. And then missed out on the next album. And then you actually brought it up to me that big old album came out. I think because of the cover, like you were trying to
Yeah.
show me everybody who was on it, and I was like, oh shit. And
Yeah.
then
There's a
yeah,
lot of
make it make
cameos in
sense.
there. Yep.
Exactly. Feedback, all that. I've listened to this album at least 5 or 6 times, all the way through. I love A Day to Remember.
Might have listened to it more than 5 or 6 albums because when it first came out, I was
Uh,
into it.
yeah.
Um, it's good. It's got a lot of good tracks on it. It's super there's a lot of catchy stuff. I mean, All My Friends, is just
Mhm.
like I don't know, makes me feel like, you, me, and Josh out in the streets of Chicago, bar hopping.
Right.
Um,
Exactly. It makes you feel good.
fucking yeah, it's good. Fucking LeBron was a good catchy track.
Uh huh.
Um, yeah, fucking there's just so many good songs and it kind of reminded me of back in the homesick days, the way that this album flows.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I can
not
agree with that.
necessarily the style of music, but the way that the album flows and makes you feel throughout the whole thing kind of reminds me a
Right.
lot of Homesick. So
Yeah.
I wanted to put you up there. I just couldn't.
Yeah, I feel that.
Too much.
Maybe volume two next year if they release it.
Maybe.
We'll
Maybe.
redeem it. So, but yeah, just so you all know, this was a strong contender for both of us.
It was. It's a good album. Go listen to it.
Oh yeah, right.
Um lastly, before I let you take the mic for a second, we had the drop of Are We All Angels by Scowl, which is a hardcore band that has been picking up steam right alongside like Turnstile and Drain and Gel and Angel Dust and shit. Um, I found out about them in 2022 with their
Mhm.
album How Flowers Grow, which is an amazing album. Go check it out. The opening song Bloodhound is a fucking just will rip your throat up.
All
This
right.
album,
You
they
promise?
yeah, it will.
All
Um,
right.
this album they changed things up. They got lighter. They pulled a Turnstile. They wanted to step into the limelight, because if you'll remember when I brought up Turnstile and Military Gun being
Uh huh.
on the Taco Bell commercials, Scowl was
Oh
one of them
yeah.
as well, and it
Oh,
was a song
interesting.
from this album. Yep.
Okay.
Um,
Do you remember what song it
this
was?
one, I don't, man.
Okay.
I think it was Fantasy,
Gotcha.
which is a good track. And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, this album is not bad whatsoever. It's just not
Oh,
what got me into this band. So
right.
I was kind of let down that they like eased up, you know. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? People change.
Right. That's fine. We're allowed to grow. We're allowed to evolve, like Pokemon.
She she does surprisingly have a wonderful singing voice on top of having an awesome screaming voice.
Yeah. This is an album I would probably just pop on if I'm driving for more than an hour. You know what I mean? Just something chill. Like,
Yeah.
especially if I'm going to Chicago to see some family or something.
Right.
I love to listen to music like this because I don't get pissed because of the highway. You know what I mean? It
Yep.
calms me. Like it's just like, all right,
Yeah. Right.
I'm cool, man.
I'm
You know,
chill. I'm fucking chill.
rip my vape real quick and be like, I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are too. And it seems like nobody is, so I'll be the only one. That's fine.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'll definitely have to check them out. I don't think I've ever heard of them before this. Did they come up on a previous episode? I don't know when that album came out.
This album, well, I've already moved on. Trying to
That's
stay
fine.
one step ahead. But I would have had to have come out earlier in the year, so we might not have covered it.
Uh, that is correct. It was released in April. We didn't start recording until like July, I believe. So, yeah, we did
Yep.
miss that one. But it's fine. It's good. I'm listening to it now. So, it's got that like kind of early, or I'll say late 2000s, tens kind of, you know what I mean? Just chill vibe. So, yeah, I'll check them out a
It's
little bit
got like
more.
a almost like a grungy vibe.
Right. Exactly. We don't get I feel like we don't get a lot of good artists like that. Like maybe it's just I don't know. That
Yeah.
grunge was like a 90s thing, you know what I mean? It was the best. It was peak in the 90s. Changed after that. Everything was all corporate and shit now. But yeah, this band definitely gives you that vibe. Now, I will go ahead and take back over. This album is a contender for me. Um Love these guys. Teen Mortgage dropped the album Devil Ultrasonic Dream. There's not a single bad song on this album. I have zero complaints and I can't get enough of it. It's got a great energy, you know, it just makes me want to fucking two-step the entire time. The moment I stop recording, I'm gonna go ahead and stand out in my living room, play it on my TV, and have Kat watch me fucking two-step for a while. She loves that. It's cool. But yeah, these guys are good. If I can catch them live, I've never had a chance to. I've only gotten to them in the last couple years, but it's got the perfect sound. I
Yeah.
can't describe it any other way. Like it's just that good. So I know you're a big fan of Teen Mortgage. We've discussed them in the past, just personally, you know, not even on these episodes. But
Right.
did you get a chance to check this out?
Yeah, I did. I've listened to it a handful of times, and I got some of these tracks on playlists of mine. This is another album where it's like the whole thing is good, like you said. I wouldn't. I'm not even gonna call out any track specifically. Just go
Right.
listen to it. Um,
Exactly.
but it's a perfect follow up from their self
Hmm.
titled album that came out last year.
Yep.
Um, and then these guys saved my Christmas by putting out Below the Christmas Tree, so I was pretty happy about that because
Hell yeah.
that was a solid song. And
Uh-huh.
you know what? All in all, I do love these guys' style, but mostly their art style is fucking. I love it
It's like kind
so
of
much.
DIY, like comic-y, like just like
Yep,
homemade, you know.
yep. And
When
I
I
love it.
first saw the album cover to this album, I was like,
Yeah.
damn, I want to get that tattooed on me. Like, that's fucking sick.
Mhm.
So maybe some gap filler over here, dude. I'll get the Teen Mortgage like fucking death guy with the
Well,
horns and shit. We'll
I'm
see.
with you because I thought the same thing
Yeah.
about their self-titled.
That's
Um,
so cool.
that fucking Reaper skull with the fucking all the booze bottles and everything,
Right.
the
Yeah.
ashtray. I love it. So good.
Next up, actually, I feel like okay, so this is gonna be a two-parter actually because um this band, Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, huge favorite of ours, released two albums
Two
this year.
albums,
Carpe
yeah.
Diem, yeah, Carpe Diem and Pogo Rodeo. Carpe Diem was pretty early. Pogo Rodeo was pretty late.
Yeah, Carpe Diem
So I'm
came
gonna
out
talk about
May 30th.
yeah. Now Carpe Diem had the song that got me into this band. March On. What is it? March On for Pax Romana.
Pax
We're
Ramona.
driving to Ramona. Yeah, yeah, right. Um, we're driving to Mishawaka. We did not get Olive Garden, but we were thinking about it. Um, no, but we were going to have a little mall trip, so we stopped there. We have a system. We go when we drive down, we're just listening to music, whatever. Go to the mall, spend an exorbitant amount of money, and then go get lunch somewhere. And as we're driving down, I think I had my Waves playlist going on. It was either Waves or Gizzard. I'm pretty sure it was Gizzard. That's what it was. I was playing some Gizzard, and these guys popped up, and I listened to the song. Couldn't find the track in time to be like, oh shit, because I wasn't paying attention. I was paying attention to the road. I was being a safe driver,
Yeah, right.
and on the way back, I was able to just hit the back button on my playlist until I
Enough,
found what I
enough
thought it
times.
was.
Yeah.
Exactly, and I found it again because I just left the same playlist on and just absolutely fell in love with these guys. So they're a new discovery, but I just they're always on at some point in time in my day.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands to put. But we also had what Weird World Awoke. That was another single.
That's
Um,
that's
Out the
my
Universe
jam.
Pours. Okay, hell yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah. Or
Um,
Another
but yeah,
Reincarnation was a really good one.
yeah, another reincarnation. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, you
Um,
got me into these guys.
yeah, and just because of, I'm pretty sure, because they're good, it's good music, but I absolutely love their
Yeah.
name. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
psychedelic porn crumpets, and you're like, are you high? Like, what did you just say? And here we are,
Yeah.
loving life.
Yeah, it was in the middle of our Gizzard phase, and these guys kind of fit into that vibe a little bit. That
Exactly, right.
fuzzy vibe.
Um, right, which is also when I discovered the Murlocs, which is just a spin-off of Gizzard. It's Cook and Ambrose. Um, got into them quite a bit. But yeah, so the other album that was released this year was Pogo Rodeo. I can tell you the first, yeah, Manny's Ready to Roll was the first single. That one was really good. I remember when that came out. Salsa Verde, great track. The Real
Yep.
Contraband was pretty solid. I believe those were all singles that
Yep.
had come out before the album, but then we finally found the rest of them. And I feel like I made a little note when we were talking about when the singles came out versus the album. Most of the
Right.
other pre-planned, pre-announced albums had every single track listed, just not released. This was one of the only albums I saw that only had the singles released, and the rest of the tracks were like track 2, track 5, all those. They left a little mystery for us, and I loved that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, the fact that we got 2 albums out of these guys this year was fucking awesome, and I'll
Little treat.
recommend them to anybody. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Little gift for us. So, check them out. We've got release from to Prevail, Grizzly. I should have thrown this in one of your lists because I don't
You
listen to
don't
Slaughter
care?
Prevail at all, but I'll
Yeah.
tell you about them. It
Well,
happened.
yeah. Well, I can take over real quick. This one,
Thanks.
it's got some quality stuff on it. I listen to these guys a lot while lifting weights because it's about the best music you can get for that. Um, but yeah, I got into these guys when the song Viking came out because of the
Okay.
fucking crazy alligator fucking growl that he does in it. Um,
Uh-huh.
kind of shook the metal world a little bit. The reason why this doesn't even I didn't even think about this album as a contender for my favorite of the year is because I don't know if you can call this a 2025 album. Um, there were a lot of singles on it. You had
Okay.
Viking, which came out in July of 2023.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
yeah. This
Okay.
is when I go back and I complain about bands putting out singles periodically and then all of a sudden throwing all those singles on a fucking album. This is what I'm
Right.
talking about. Um,
Yeah.
because we had Viking come out in July of 23. We had Conflict come out in February of 24. We had Kid of Darkness come out in May of 24. Uh, you had Be Lit come out, Be Hilt, Bill Lit. I don't know. And then you had a couple other songs come out this year before they finally just slapped all the songs together. But uh if you're pulling singles from that far back, of course you're gonna have a strong lineup. You're basically putting together
Right.
a greatest hits fucking album, you know?
Exactly.
So
I will go ahead and say that even earlier, there was a single 1984 that's the last track on the album. That came out
yeah.
in 2022. So we literally, their first
Jesus.
single was 3 years before the album. That's I'm not gonna say lazy, but like
It's
that's
pretty lazy.
so fucking lame. That's so lame, you know?
It's yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm just not a big fan of Slaughter Prevail. I mean, I think his mask is really cool, but all the festivals that I've gone to, there are at least 10 people, no less than 10 people wearing that Alex Terrible fucking mask and acting all cool and like, look at me, I'm wearing the fucking mask. And it's just like
I'm fucking
you're gross. I
edgy.
don't like it. Yeah, you're not at all. Like you're I don't know, you're a normie. I'm sorry. It's a very easy thing to do, and I feel like that's very lame. So yeah,
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
right. Perfect.
Yep.
Uh yeah.
So moving along.
Uh
You,
this one's yours, bud.
is it?
Yeah.
Um.
Oh no, it is mine. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking at shadow work and yeah, moving along. I'm so sorry. I've had 3 shots of whiskey already and I'm feeling pretty good. This is one of our longer
I'm,
episodes.
am I confused? But I don't think this is mine.
You're not. I'm very confused. The Dirty Nil has dropped an album this year, The Lash. I know you're a pretty big fan of them, and we've almost had the opportunity to see them a couple times, you know,
Yeah,
but we didn't, and it's very unfortunate. So, I
it
didn't give
is.
a lot of listen to this one. Um, but I know you listened to it. We definitely talked about this album, so I've heard it, but I can't remember much about it.
Yeah. These guys, yeah, like you said, I'm a big fan of them. Um, I became a fan of them after the release of their album Fuck Art in 2021. Um, had a ton of good songs on it. That whole album straight through is pretty good, in my opinion. And then I went back and listened to some other shit. And I like them a lot. It's
Hell
very
yeah.
clear that they are metal and hardcore influenced. So I appreciate that. And I think it's cool that they show that while playing rock and roll music.
Yeah.
Um, but this album was good. I love the art on it. Um, it's very clear that this art was made for a cassette.
Right.
So that's cool. Um, it just didn't really hit me as hard as their last couple releases. Their last
Okay.
release from 2023, Free Reign of Passions, is a phenomenal album. Fuck Art before that is a wonderful album, and then all their stuff before that's really good. And this
Nice.
stuff's really good too. The Gallop of the Hounds has been on my playlist for a while. That's a good song. Um, but some of them just I don't know, feel a little lackluster. There's a lot of lighter, like ballady songs that I can
Okay.
get into. Um,
Right.
just not my favorite style. And then they put out the song Rock and Roll Band, which kind of a cringe name for a
Yeah.
song. But it
Right.
is pretty catchy. However, they
Hell
are
yeah.
talking about they're trying to bring awareness to the fact that record labels will take advantage of you and you'll still be poor no matter what. Which is a good
Yeah.
message to get across, but the way that they did it just kind of seemed a little cheesy, but I love these
Yeah.
guys. I'll forgive him.
Hell yeah. That's very nice of you. Yeah, maybe I give these guys a shot. Maybe I just need to go see them, get that
Yeah,
live energy
I need
going, and
to.
then right. So, this next one I'm definitely not gonna miss, and I'm very excited for. Now, this is half a 2025 release, half a 2026 release because Volumes has released their album Mirror Touch digitally this year. Next year in February, at the end of February, they will be releasing the album physically. A lot of their merch is super cool, and I will be picking up a some sort of colorway of the album. I just can't do it right now. But yeah, Mirror Touch has been released on December, so just a couple weeks ago. I'm a huge fan of these guys. Like I said, I know you were never really into them. Maybe like via, you
Yep.
know, some of the earlier stuff. But after
Yep.
they
I
got
I
that
listen to Via.
new
That's
vocalist,
about it.
right? I'm a pretty big fan of this album. Now having sat down and listened to it all the way through a couple times, I wish for a little bit more. But to me, I don't know. It kind of it sounds like their older stuff. You know, it's got that proggy, heavier sort of song. Sidewinder definitely gives me classic Volumes vibes. I know Bad Habit came out, and that one was a little sing-songy. Really showcased the new sound of Volumes. Um, Soap was one of their singles.
Yep.
That one, once again, just like Sidewinder, was a pretty heavy song. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. I've been listening to them since Via. There was Happier. That one was, I believe, that was the album where they had the new vocalist. Um, no, Different Animals was that one. But No Sleep and Via were two solid albums. So, um, yeah, I don't know if I can get a chance to see these guys. I think I'd really enjoy it. And then looking forward to getting any physical releases will be dope too. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Not exactly my cup of tea. There's
right.
some good stuff on there for sure, but I don't know. You know what kind of threw me off? They got a song named
What?
Adrenaline, and it was not.
Lack of adrenaline on
It,
that one?
yeah, there's pretty lack of adrenaline there.
Right.
Um, but yeah, there's some good stuff on there. Just not my cup of tea.
Hell yeah.
Um, my another front runner for me was Shadow Work by Despised Icon. Um, these guys, they haven't put out music in quite a while, so it was nice to see these guys come back to the scene. Um, and they did it hard because this album is locked full of fucking great songs. Over My Dead Body with Matt Honeycutt, amazing. Death of an Artist, Corpse Pose, The Apparition, Reaper with Tom Barber and Scott Ian Lewis, crazy. Um, so yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot.
Hell yeah.
What do you think?
I mentioned in the past that there's only a few songs I know by Despised Icon, and I'm pretty sure it's just In the Arms of Perdition.
Yep.
Oh no, there's a couple songs. There's a Green album, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's Yellow. The Ills of Modern Man. That had
Yeah. The Ills of Modern
Perdition.
Man.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah.
Yep. Future
Um,
monologue was future for. Oh my god, I can't even fucking say it right now. My lips are fucked up. Either way,
Furtive Monologue. Yeah, right.
there we go.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, this whole fucking album was so good.
Yeah, that's like the only album I've listened to by them. Now, we did mention this album on the episode, yeah, Over My Dead Body, yeah, with Matt Honeycutt.
Yep.
Yeah, Death from Mars. It was pretty much the singles that I got into.
Yeah.
Um, enjoyed them. I just didn't get around to. Like I said, when I listen to music like this, I don't know if I said it, but um, like it affects my mood. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm angry all the time, but it changes my mood, and I want to portray a little more positivity, a little more understanding. And when I listen to heavy shit like this, I don't. I just get just kind of not necessarily in my own realm. It changes my mood. You know what I mean? And I try not to make that the only thing that I listen to. So I'll sprinkle it in here and there, and that's about it. So, but what I listened to was pretty good. So I do
Yeah.
very much enjoy it. Now I do kind of remember when we talked about it. Like this album kind of came out, and to us felt like a little cookie cutter, a little algorithmic. You know, I feel
Um,
like it was this album that we were talking about. It was just like they did good, but yeah,
some of
that's the best
it,
way I can describe it. Yeah,
some of it at the time did, but I've come around to it.
hell yeah, that's sick.
I see how special it is.
Nice. Hell yeah, you're growing, showing,
Yeah.
growing. Right.
Whoa. I'm not showing no one. Um, moving on, we had this doesn't really count as an album because it was more of an EP, but the anticipated release from President, the new masked band everyone was
hmm
talking about, King of Terrors, that came out. Um, it was very lackluster for all of the hype that came through with this band. Obviously, you had "In the Name of the Father," which we both have said multiple times that we were fans of. Um,
Right.
they had the song "Fearless," which, despite having a weird like chant, like weird like girl, like kid girl chant,
Right.
"Fearless," was a pretty good song. Then we had Destroy Me and Rage come out, and those were a little more
Uh
on the
huh.
electronic side. So I uh I don't know. We'll see what happens with these guys, but I'm less excited
Yeah, that's
at the
about
end
where
of
I'm
the
at.
day.
Right.
Um moving on, we had The Shit of God by Behemoth. Um I was a Behemoth fan back in 2014 with The Satanist. Got high praises among the metal community. So I got into that album heavily, and it is a wonderful death metal masterpiece. Black and death metal, you might say. And I love these guys a lot. They're obviously metal icons, but yeah, this album, I don't know. It They fucking took a piece out of their own book again and just rewrote the same page again.
Right.
It's the same shit that I've been hearing. It's solid. It's just not that special.
Right. It's not game changing. Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I
It's
listened to a
good.
few tracks from this, and yeah, it's good, but it's not great. You know what I mean? It's not gonna
Right.
pull me out of my chair. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this album. So
Yeah. Um, we had Joyride the Pale Horse by Heart Attack Man. Another band that I just recently started listening to with this release. Um, it's good shit. It's aggressively pop punk. Uh they got a little grit behind them, which I appreciate. But at the end of the day, it's like it's fucking pop punk, but with attitude. You know what I mean?
yeah, right. I've never heard of these guys. I'm not finding a single album on YouTube. I'm only finding singles.
Okay.
Um, Now one single that absolutely made me interested is they did Cleveland Rocks cover. I don't know if
They
you.
I have not heard that, but they are from Ohio, so that makes sense.
Oh, cool. Um, yeah, let's see. Okay, so the Presidents, that's the version that got me into honestly the Presidents, and it was the theme song for the Drew Carey show.
Yep.
I don't know if you know that. Yeah, yeah, right.
Yep.
So
I
one of my
remember
favorite
that.
shows of all time. So that's cool. But yeah, I'm getting those pop punk vibes. You know what I mean? They're bouncing around.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Having a great
Drew
time.
Carey
So
show is a interesting favorite show.
are you a fan of it?
I mean, I I watched it when it was on TV late night
Okay.
and there
Right.
was nothing else to watch, but
Right.
no, not really.
All right. Because I fucking love that show. I don't know why. I grew up watching it. You know what I mean? It had been released around the time. You know, I was actually formulating thoughts and watching TV, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a great time. So, we did get a semi update. It sounds like the music licensing. The reason why you can't find the Drew Carey show right now on a box set or a full season. No, we're taking the segue, dude. Is
Yeah.
because of music licensing rights. And it has been semi-announced. I don't remember where I heard it, probably Reddit or something, but it sounds like they're clearing those hurdles, and we might have a release. So I own the first season on Prime, and we'll watch it anytime, and I just love that. So thank you, Heart Attack Man, for letting me talk about this for a second. You guys rock. Okay? Heart Attack Man rocks.
Oh yeah. Um let's see. Next up, we got Rude by Spiritual Cramp. We talked about this album in full detail when it first came out in October.
Yep. Oh yeah.
So you will know from if you watch that episode that I wasn't a big fan of this album. I was a little let down actually. Um because they went a little bit lighter than they
Oh.
have in the past, which is what got me into it. But I mean, it's got good songs on it either way. Young Offenders was a good song. Automatic, You've Got My Number, Violence in the Supermarket, People Don't Change. Um, yeah, it was a fine album, but
Yeah.
didn't didn't super impress me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Know what
Yeah,
I'm
I love
saying?
these guys. There's a couple songs that um had come out um that I was a fan of, but it wasn't like a full album kind of listen for me. I mean, I
Yeah,
could probably put on the album and listen to it, but I'm not going to be as excited, like I said, about Spun by Waves. You know, it's just like I'll
right.
know the sound, but I don't know. It kind of, it didn't
A
really interest
little
me too much.
lackluster.
So,
Yeah.
exactly. Right. So,
Um, Last little release for me. We learned about these guys over our Halloween playlist. But Imperial Triumphant put out a album called Gold Star, which came out in March. So we didn't cover it when it first came out. We didn't even know about them.
yeah.
But
Right.
these guys are kind of like black metal-y. Um, and I like them a lot. And this album is fucking phenomenal. Um, I would put it up there as a contender for album of the year, but unfortunately, it being under the black metal ish um, label, it's not an everyday listen for me, so I just can't put it up there. But
Right.
but it's amazing. Got um the we got the feature from Thomas Hake or Hack. I don't know. Either way, he's from Meshuggah. Um, we had Dave Lombardo from Slayer on here.
Oh
So
yeah.
pretty heavy, pretty fucking heavy hitters. But this album is just fucking good. It's weird, it's ambient, it's fast, it's aggressive. It it's everything.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. Ever since that, or I listened to these guys around during and a little bit after the Halloween episode, and then just completely forgot about them. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, cool, another release, whatever. It did look like we got an EP from them as well this
Yeah.
year, Imprints of Man. But we don't have to talk about that. So it looks like they're doing what they can and releasing as much music as they can. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I love their look. That's the main thing I like about them. Just the fucking masks and shit. Like it's cool.
Super sick.
Yeah. Can't remember what we were talking about with all that, but um, yeah. I'll definitely have to put them on and listen to them a little bit more. Um, Here it is, y'all. You've been waiting for it. You know I have. Uh, I purposely made this the last one to talk about for whatever reason, but the Devil Wears Prada released Flowers this year. I'm not gonna say it's the best album. It's not. It's not the best album of the year, but it is definitely a contender. I'll think about it for a hot second when we decide. But
Yeah.
yeah, it took them quite a while. I mean, we got Ritual back in shit 23, I want to say. We had a little
Damn, they
while
were
on that.
hanging on to that for a
Um
while.
yeah. No, it was 24. It was pretty early. I'm pretty sure last
Yep.
year. When that had come
March
out,
of
but
24.
okay. So yeah, quite a while. And then they had done a couple of other. It was a weird time because I'd gotten back into them with Color Decay. Ritual came out. I got to see him perform Ritual live. That was super sick. But then they released that song with Excision and Wooly. It was like an EDM kind of song, Reasons. They did a big release, and I think they did like a 7 inch or something with Chemical from The Act. And then we started to finally get more singles for this album. For You, Where the Flowers Never Grow, Wave, something
So
that came out.
low.
So Low, Eyes, great song. And then
Yep.
finally we got the album Flowers. Um, I gotta admit, and we kind of talked about it when you made me fucking pick this album. You didn't make me pick this album, but you made me pick an album to get rid of, and I chose to get rid of this one. The reason why I did that is because yeah, it's a great album, but we discovered that I'm sure a good deal of it was kind of ghost written or outsourced, and it kind of showed. Like,
Yeah.
Jeremy's the main songwriter. Mike did not get a lot of airtime, or he got enough, you know what I mean, to keep you interested, but
Yeah.
I don't think enough.
No.
And yeah, it was pretty much just the singles and one extra song all out that I enjoyed. It's about half the album, so that's cool, but yeah, it was just I'm not going to say disappointed, but I was a little disappointed with how it ended up. Maybe it's the keyboardist's fault. He's weaseling his way in. He's pulling a Jordan Fish. He's taking over the songwriting process, making Jeremy and them hire California guys who are just studio dudes, which great, you're getting your money, but you're ruining my favorite band and I hate it. So, what did you think?
Yeah. Um, yeah, I thought it was fine. It had its ups and its downs for sure.
Right.
Um, I think My favorite on the album was probably I was a big fan of Solo. I like Ritual. Eyes was good. It just yeah, lacking something that
It
the
didn't
previous
hit like I
albums
thought
did.
it would. Right,
No.
exactly. Color Decay was a solid fucking album, and then they go and release this, and it's just like, damn, y'all lost some steam, huh? It's just the way
Yeah.
I felt about it, you know.
Yeah. Well,
So
I think you're right in thinking so because I'm with you.
thanks for that. Thanks for the corroboration.
Yeah.
We had an album by Signs of the Swarm this year, To Rid Myself of Truth. I just discovered them this year. I don't know about you. I feel like you've been in them for a little bit longer, but it's a pretty good album.
Yeah. I haven't
Definitely
been
hard, heavy, and in your face.
true that. I haven't been into them for very long.
Okay,
But they got a good style to them. If you're into Lorna Shore and shit, you should definitely check these guys out because they're good.
right.
Um,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, this album was pretty good. To Rid Myself of Truth was a good song. Hell Must Fear Me was good. And then they got songs that feature Will Ramos and Phil Bozeman. So you can't fucking complain about that.
Right. That's pretty nice. Next up, we've got a release. It's a little last minute. It wasn't a last minute release, but I added this on because they're a big favorite of mine. Now we'll see off on this side. Got a little tapestry by these guys. Because I got to see them again live after like 5 or 10 years. But We Came as Romans dropped All Is Beautiful Because We're Doomed. I think that's a very fair take on just everything going on.
True.
Um, Now I'm not a big fan of this album, to be honest. I just miss the original days of We Came as Romans. Um, their clean vocalist Kyle had passed away some years ago. Their OG drummer Eric had left the band. Um, and Yeah, they just don't sound the same. Their unclean vocalist Dave, who had done some like backing clean vocals, kind of just took over on all of that, and just I feel like it changed their sound enough, you know.
Yeah.
And I just like I said, just wasn't a big fan. So there's a few good songs though. Bad Luck was awesome.
Right.
Um, we had what was it? Honestly, that's the only one I can really talk about
Yeah.
that I
Yeah. I
enjoyed.
can't really pick any out of a crowd, but
Right.
um, we got Michigan guys again.
Exactly. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So good on them. They're from Troy. I used to live in Troy. I was there for a year or two. So I love that. Maybe
Nice.
I don't know how old these guys are. When was Dave born? 1988. I never met these guys. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So if you like We Came as Romans and you want to give them a shot, go ahead and check out this album. I'm surprised on this next one you didn't bring this one up, but Kill Switch dropped an album this year. This Consequence. I gave it a listen to literally today because that's when I found it. I don't remember exactly when it was dropped, but it's classic Kill Switch. I can't.
February.
Oh, okay, so pretty fucking early.
Yeah.
Um, for us at least.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, classic Kill Switch. Every song has that sound to it. The original vocalist, I mean, he's been back in the band forever. But Jesse
Yeah.
Leach.
Yep.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything bad to say about it, but I don't have anything extraordinary to say about it either. It's something that will be played, but it sounds like everything else to me. So
Yeah. This is also kind of lackluster for me as well. I know that Jesse was in the band first, and I do enjoy the album Alive or Just Breathing that has him on it. Fixation on the Darkness and My Last Serenade were two
Yep.
songs that got me into the band. But there's something about not having Howard in the band that just doesn't excite me anymore.
Right.
So while I
That's exactly where
appreciate
I'm at.
them and I love them, I just I'm sorry.
Yeah. Howard gave it that soul, dude. There's nothing wrong with that. It was the Howard era that got me into Kill Switch. So always in my mind, that's gonna be Kill Switch, you know.
Yeah.
So whatever they have, whatever him and Adam have planned. I know they've announced a couple things like doing their own project together.
Yeah, Burn
I'm super
Eternal.
excited for that. Yeah, exactly. Very excited for that. So we'll see what's going on. But for now, you can scratch that itch with this album, I guess. We've only got a couple more albums for y'all, and trust me, we're both very excited to get through this. Um, this album I also just discovered today and was listening to it while I was gaming a bit before recording, but metalcore-ish band, Woe Is Me, dropped an album Daybreak this year, and it has most of the kind of OG lineup. There was the album Testament that had come out. Numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. Um yeah. Okay, so yeah, Numbers. Yeah. And that's when I had gotten them. Numbers and Genesis. Had the vocalist Hans Alagood, Michael Bone. Um that originally had the Ferris brothers. I guess they're a couple of musicians, guitar and drums. It was just a great time. I'd seen him live a couple times and loved that. But this album, blew. It didn't blow me away in a good way. It surprised the hell out of me. I enjoy it, but there was a couple songs on here that kind of took like a country sound in a weird way. Seminola Boulevard, was definitely one of them. Fuck, there's one more and I can't remember what it was. But yeah, it was just kind of weird. But it has been a while since we've gotten a release from them. We're looking at Genesis came out in 2012. They literally only had those two albums, Numbers and Genesis, and then they broke up, went on hiatus, whatever. And this is the first release we've had since then. So I was excited to see it, disappointed to hear it. So yeah, if you're a fan of them, don't get too excited. Our final album to talk about is by the band Malevolence. It is called Where Only the Truth is Spoken. Um, I didn't listen to this. I don't know.
I did.
I don't know. Yeah,
I
I'm sure
listened
you
a
did. I know you like
lot.
them. I've heard of them. Hell yeah. Sick. Tell me about
Um,
it, bro.
yeah, these guys were the band that we unfortunately missed out on at the
The Lorna Shore show.
no, the Hate Breed
Oh,
show.
uh, Summer Slaughter. That's what it was.
Yeah, that one. Yep.
Damn.
We missed
All
out on
right.
these guys. This album is great for a hardcore, like metalcore album, I guess.
Uh,
Um, if it's all the same to you was a big track for me. I played that a lot. Um, they got a track with Randy Blythe from Lamb of God called In Spite.
nice.
Um, Trenches was a good one. Um, yeah, I don't know. The whole thing is really good, but yeah, those tracks are solid.
Hell yeah. I put on a song, if it's all the same to you, and I'm
That's
kind of
the
into it.
best
I just
one.
heard the little China ting 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 ting. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's simple, but it's pretty awesome. But um, dude, let's fucking vote. Go ahead and
Yeah.
list off your top five.
Yep. All right.
I guess you
So
can vote on that, and then I'll list mine, and then we'll go from there.
yeah. Yeah, we talked through it while we were announcing, but my top 5 albums of 2025 were I Don't Want to See You in Heaven by the Callous Dowboys, The Sound a Body Makes When It's Still by Hot Mulligan, Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token,
Boo.
Viagra Boys by the Viagra Boys, and Shadow Work by Despise Icon. And if I was to just give you this list of albums and be like, this is what I'm into, you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What's going on? Right.
Um, but but yeah, all these so many good albums out this year. These albums were amazing. The Callous Dowboys album, I think stretches the most amount of genres and is overall pretty fucking exciting of an album. Uh, Hot Mulligan was really catchy, had a lot of good stuff. Makes you feel happy, makes you feel sad. Sleep Token, a lot of good stuff, a lot of good vibes, but a little more on the pop side, which kind of puts people off. But I'm here for it. Viagra Boys, like I said, so cool. Boosts up your self
Confidence.
whatever fucking self
Yeah.
confidence, dude. I
Right.
love them. Shadow Work is dude. If you're trying to fucking you want to tussle in the fucking pit, throw this shit on here, and I'll fucking 2-step your ass to the ground, bro.
All
But
right. Hell yeah. Is that a
overall,
threat?
it's a promise.
Okay.
Uh well, let's
Hell yeah.
see. Um I'm a damn. I'm a metal guy at the end of the day. And though I've been into a lot of screaming in my past and I'm into a lot of singing nowadays, I think the album that best encapsulates that for me this year, believe it or not, is gonna go to the Callous Cowboys.
All right. S- Okay. I'm
I
surprised you
gotta
didn't
give
pick Viagra Boys.
I wanted to so bad.
You really thought about it. I know. I saw the steam
I'd pick any of these
pushed out of your
albums,
ears.
so it's not
Uh-huh.
that big of a deal. But overall, I got to
Exactly.
give it to the Callous Cowboys. They get
I feel like we
my
have the same idea.
2025
Like
album.
whatever it is, you know what I mean? We're gonna pick the I'm not gonna say the safe option, you know what I mean? But we're not favorite kind of people. Like top fives are perfect, but if we're gonna
Yeah,
have to pick one, you gotta pick one. So
I listen to too much
all right.
shit to have a fucking favorite.
Right. Alrighty. So for Tyler's little section, we've got Lonely God by Fit for a King, Violet by LS Dunes. I was very happy about that. And before I forget, Lonely God, solid fucking album. It was heavy from start to finish. I can't get enough of it. Violet just really reminded me of the Circus Survive days. It's got nice ambient music. You know, Anthony is getting a little more screamy in Ellis Dunes. He's got a little more passion and aggressiveness. Um, and because I've seen him live, I always imagine like these songs on that stage, and I'm listening to them, and I love that mental picture. Um, this one, like I said, this might end up being the one, but the place after this one by Under Oath, once again, just solid fucking album. I absolutely love everything that they put out. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I have two extra than you. I'm so sorry. I was very selfish this
I was gonna
episode,
say
Ryan.
you do have extras.
I do have extras.
It's all right.
Spun by Waves. Once again, another start to finish album for me. Really surfy. That's my self confidence booster. I feel so cool listening to that, dude. I'm wearing shorts. I got a tank on. I've got my sunglasses, and I'm just smoking weed, dude. It's sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably have a longboard on
Um.
you or something.
Exactly. Yeah. We've got Devil Ultrasonic Dream. This is also a strong contender for my favorite album of the year, just because of the energy that they put out. And fuck, man, they're newer, so why don't they get the accolades? We'll see.
Yeah.
And then finally, the easy choice for me, Flowers by the Devil Wears Prada. Um, Decent album, but not the best. So I just wanted to talk about it again for the millionth fucking time.
Yeah.
Um, Same. I'm a metal dude, but when I venture out, it's a little punky. A little. I'm not gonna say pop punky, but I venture out a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just go with what I said. These guys are newer. Under Oath, I absolutely love you guys, but I'm gonna have to give it to Devil Ultrasonic Dream. These guys are new. They're changing
Damn.
the game. They're not even changing the game, but they're contending with some bigger names. You know what I
They're
mean?
continuing the
But yeah,
game.
Teen exactly in a good way. But Teen Mortgage, you're gonna go ahead and take the accolades on this one for me. Devil Ultrasonic Dream is my top album of the year.
Oh yeah, man. Well,
That
fucking
was
cheers. Cheers to 2025.
exactly, dude. It's been a good year. We've had a lot of great music. May 2026 be as fruitful. Now, I will say with this amount of releases this year, maybe 26 is a little bit shorter in a list, or maybe we just cut it down a little bit because that was a lot to talk about.
That was a
Um,
lot.
yeah. So
But
let's go ahead and
yeah.
just jump right into what we're hoping for in 2026.
Yeah, man. We
We've got a
got
big
we got
list
quite a
here.
few. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've got some official releases with dates, and then we've got some
Yeah.
supposed uh we think they're coming out with some. There's been some teases,
Yeah.
what have you. So what about you, Tyler? What are you looking forward to in 2026?
So, despite all the shit talking I've made, the new Megadeth album, I want to see what it's all about. We've
All right.
got a January 23rd alleged release date for that. We've got hella articles from Dave about how he feels and what he wants and why he did it and the fact that they're done after this year. So this will be the last release we get from Megadeth. They'll be touring on it, and then that's all we get out of them. That's fine. Dave, rest on your metal throne. And shut the fuck up because we need room for new guys. So I support you and I'm tired of you. So keep it up, man. Um The Great Satan by Rob Zombie. We've got a date that's not too far along after Megadeth's release. We're talking February 27th. I love Rob Zombie. If I do it just right, I can make myself look like his picture on what Hellbilly Deluxe, I think.
Oh yeah.
Uh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just don't have the dreads for it. But yeah, we've heard a couple of tracks from him about that. I'll have to see what the names are because I'm really bad with that. Heathen Days and Punks and Demons. Punks and Demons was kind of boring to me. Like it was classic Rob Zombie, but it was one of those things where it's just like, yeah, I guess. But I remember Heathen Days being pretty fucking good. So the rest of the album will be nice. This is the follow-up album to the Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy. And I also want to bring this one up because I just love the name. The Electric Warlock Acid Witch Satanic Orgy. That was the album before that, released in 2021. There's a song on there called Everybody's Fucking in a UFO. That's
Oh
my
yeah.
selfish plug. Check out that song because it's fucking funny. And then finally, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I've talked about this a lot, but Mastodon is top 3 favorite bands for me. I'll listen to anything that they drop. I've been following them since the beginning uh, of their tenure. Maybe not right when they released it, but I will listen to every single album by them and love it. But we did have in November, September, Metal Injection had released an album where Bill Kellier, their rhythm guitarist, talked about the new album. Oh shit! Hold on, this is a super old one. They were talking
Yeah.
about Hush and Grim at that time. This one, I'll pull this one up because I had another one. It sounds like Nick Johnston, their current touring member, will have parts in the new album. Now, I have looked at the Wikipedia page, and to me, Wikipedia is always the solid choice. You can take that, English teachers. I'm citing it as my source. That he's still marked as a touring musician, so he'll probably have some parts, some features, whatever. But I feel like they're still waiting for like an actual new member to permanently have in. I don't know. That's just the way I think about it. Or maybe I just don't want Nick to be the guy. I feel like they could find
Yeah.
somebody else. I don't know. But whatever they
Maybe
release, I'm sure it'll
maybe
be good.
maybe they don't maybe they don't
And
get anybody.
maybe it is
Maybe they
Nick. Or
stay.
I
Yeah. Or
I
maybe
don't know. I
there just
can't.
is no new member. Maybe they just ride the way that they are, dude.
I think Bill could definitely take over, and just do like a lead guitar thing because he plays enough like solid solo parts that yeah, he's a rhythm guitarist, and maybe you just make him lead and rhythm. Troy's got that.
Right.
Troy and Bran have that bottom line down pretty fucking well. I think a four
Yeah.
piece wouldn't be too bad. It won't be
Yeah.
as expansive, but I think it'd be pretty good. So
Yeah.
whatever you guys do, please just do it soon because I'm fiending for new music from you. That's what I got.
Well, I got a short list of what I'm looking for next year, and that is on February 13th, we've got Love Is Not Enough by Converge, which is super exciting. Um, I've just been a big fan of them for a long time, and it's happy to see them
Right.
come back. So that's going to be exciting. I'm hoping that we get a follow up to Trivium's Struck Dead, because that was so good, that I can't wait to see what they come up with next. And then lastly, I'm not sure if we got the full vocals recorded before Thomas passed away, but the new release by At the Gates would be a nice little homage to him and the
Yeah, that
band.
would be sick.
So hopefully we get all that stuff come out, and looking
Yeah,
forward
we'll see.
to 2026, man.
Right.
But it's been a long night. That's
Yeah.
all we got for the evening. So yeah, I won't go through the big spiel, but yeah, follow us on all of our stuff, and just support. And we look forward to a new year.
Yeah. To a good
Uh,
2026, man. We'll cheers again.
Hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah. Sick.
Well, fucking
Yeah.
yeah. Stay loud, stay
Stay loud.
angry, and we'll catch you in the pit.